You hear me okay?
Yeah, why do I look red?
Yeah, you look a little funky.
Why do I look? I don't understand why I look red.
Yeah, there's like a red hue to your even like the everything. Yeah.
I got to talk to my camera guy. I think he maybe made some adjustments when I was at the Olympia and I haven't fixed them.
You sound sick as a dog, homie.
Dude, I'm actually getting better. I think by tomorrow I should be back in the gym. It's been like 3 fucking days of just a disaster.
Everyone got fucking sick as shit at the Olympia. Eh?
I think it was our booth.
I think you guys were the epicenter of the fucking legion or what?
I think we were ground zero. Everybody got fucked, man. Everybody on my team.
Yeah.
There's so many fans that were at the booth that were like, man, I got sick too. So
yeah. Everyone got sick. Yeah.
I'm just happy I'm getting past it, man. I was like 2 days, not yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, the
really
day
bad cold, or did you have a flu?
I thought it was a flu because I had a fever, but I wasn't like puking or nothing, but I had a bad fever 2 days ago, and then that went away, and then it's just more of like a chest cold than anything, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, you look good, man. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, back in Canada for Christmas, so it's nice to be here. Have a nice snowy Christmas, you know.
Where are you at when you're in Canada? Do you still have your house? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who takes care of it when you're away?
Well, my buddy Dylan lives here still. So it's a bungalow. So the bottom half is a full bedroom, bathroom, everything down there. Yeah. And then the top half, so he lives in downstairs and takes care of the place when we're gone.
Fuck, that's all right. Huh. You got somebody fully take care of it. Yeah. I had my nephew. I gave my nephew $100 a day to stay here and watch my dog.
Really? Did your wife come to the Olympia?
Yeah, man. She ran the booth. Yeah. I couldn't do that shit without her, man. Summer was there directing traffic, and she basically designed the booth.
Yeah. Good.
So she was there running the shit. And
you guys had like a podcast like in this like glass fucking fish tank, eh?
Dude, it was kind of weird because like both sides were glass, so people were like looking in. We were like watching this podcast.
Like you could hear like it was pretty quiet in there.
They made it as soundproof as possible.
Yeah.
So I think the audio is going to turn out okay for the podcast. But dude, a guy proposed to his girl in the booth.
What?
Yeah, man. We're fucking
got footage of this shit. It's gonna go up.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know how the booth ran, but basically, if like any celebrities or like athletes came by, like Missy came by and like Chris Tuttle came by.
Get him in, talk for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Lee Priest came by. We got him in. We talked for a bit, but most of it was just fans lined up coming in to shoot the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy came with his girl, and we're talking to him about how long they've been together. We were kind of making fun of him. It was me, Justin. I think it was me, Justin, and Ben. And we're like, they've been together for 5 years. And I'm like, how come you haven't proposed to her yet? And she's like, I don't know why he hasn't proposed to me. And I can't remember who said it, but somebody's like, why don't you propose to her now? And he's like, I don't have a ring. So Ben gives him one of his big gaudy fucking rings.
Yeah.
He's like, here, take this. So the guy's like, okay. And he gets down on one fucking knee and proposes to her. The girl starts bawling uncontrollably. It was the coolest fucking thing. And people were, because we had speakers blasting out the podcast.
Yeah.
And we had a TV on the outside of the podcast. So if you were standing in line, you could see what was going on and everybody could hear it.
They all cheered and shit.
So everybody's now gathered around the booth or on the windows cheering and fucking, it was really fucking cool, man. It was like,
sick. I can't wait to watch that.
It was really badass. So,
and I hope they take that. Like, I hope that's like for serious, you know?
I think it was, dude, she was crying. If that guy's not serious, he's going to get shit.
Yeah, he's getting shit now. That's serious. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really, really cool moment. But I think overall, I think the only negative thing about what we did was, there's people in line for hours. Like people would get in the booth and they're like, I've been standing in line for 3 hours. And
that's inevitable though, man. I mean, like,
but it's tough because you're in the booth. And I originally I was setting a timer for 5 to 10 minutes. But I'm like, people would get in there and are telling you the story. So we would run over on time. So it's tough to get all the people that are in line in the booth because each person's taking 10 to 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So that was the only drawback, but there's no other way to do it where you can get everybody in.
What else do you do then? Or else you're just cutting it so short with people. There's not really anything deep there,
It's not worth it for them to come in if it's going to be 5 minutes, right?
No.
So overall, it was really, really good. It was a great weekend. Booth went well. Everything went well. Expensive. I'm glad it's in fucking Orlando next year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's back. It's November 3rd to 5th or whatever, first week in November.
Yeah, I think that's good too, man.
I think that's better.
Well, because it's so close to Christmas, I'm like, now we're doing shit with our family, but I'm like, we were just gone for a week.
Yeah.
And then I was sick for 3 days, and now we're gonna go do stuff with her family, and I'm like, fuck.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot to do all in like within a few weeks.
November's good. And I think having it a little earlier in the season too will, cut out like maybe 5 to 7 of those qualifiers. So the shows will be not like fucking 65 guys in every class,
Yeah.
Especially the classic, the men's physique and bikini. I mean, that's very hard and very overwhelming, especially for the competitors and the judges with that many people, So,
well, I think the other thing too is it gives a little bit more time for guys that want to do the Arnolds.
Yeah.
Right. Because now, like, Samson wants to do the Arnold, and he's got a diet straight through. It's like 10 weeks or something like that.
It's 10 weeks from now. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you considered that at all, or what do you think about that?
No, I'm not doing the Arnold now.
You're gonna take some time to.
Too soon, man. I mean, like, I don't know. I just hate the timing of the Arnold as a whole. It's just too, especially when the Olympia is in December like that. Like, it's really, you just got to, you're continuing a prep right through in another 10 weeks. It's like, I don't know. I loved it when they had it 2 weeks before the Olympia. That was the only time I chose to do it, was when it kind of made sense timing wise. But for anyone else, like, if you need to requalify for next year, like, which is everyone except for 5 guys, I mean, it's now I'm going to go to the Arnold. If you don't win the Arnold, now you need to do another show. And then you're basically now right back into the Olympia. And then, hey, do I want to do the Arnold next year? Well, now I'm back into March. And now you're just fucking running drugs for 365 days a year,
Yeah. Hi, Guy. How are you?
What's up, man?
Yo.
Feeling any better?
Buddy? Yeah, just fucking, it's,
I think I'm finally on my way back. My voice is still fucked up, but I think by tomorrow I should be all right.
By Sunday, like early afternoon, I started to go downhill quick.
Oh, dude. So Sunday we had like our Hosstile day where we did.
Dude, I spent all that money on the clothes I didn't even wear.
I know. I was so disappointed. You didn't come to the.
I know you had other stuff.
Yeah.
Flex wanted me to go to. He wanted me to stop at his house. His mom and dad made Christmas dinner. I was like, dude, I feel horrible, bro. I'm not moving.
Yeah, I know, because we had the Hosstile day. We did the photo shoot in the morning at the gym, and then we went to ride ATVs and shoot guns and shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, dude, the fucking 4-wheelers through the mountains was a fucking blast. It was so great.
And they let you fucking rip it?
Dude, so you have to go single file.
Like, he follows rules, Ian.
No. So you had to go single file, but I would let like the 2 cars in front of me go for a while. And then I would just rip it. So on the way there, Summer and Paul rode together. And I guess Summer was like, Paul is fucking terrified. And Summer doesn't drive fast. So on the way back, we had somebody else drive Summer cars. Well, Paul got stuck in the back of mine.
Oh God!
Oh my God, dude! There was one.
Shit his pants.
There was
like
the whole time. I can take that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not scared easily in fast moving vehicles. And in that car with you that one weekend, man, I fucking almost had a.
Yeah, was that weekend here?
That was at your house. Yeah, that was the fucking scariest thing ever, man.
No, but listen. So there's one part. I let the 2 cars go in front of me. There's this fucking dip through the mountains. It goes like straight down, and then it goes straight up.
So when your ball sack comes to your throat,
I let them go, so they were through it, and then I fucking just hammered it straight down, and I kept my foot on the gas all the way up, and I fucking got air. And Paul's in the fucking back going, Fouad! He's screaming.
Oh, I can picture it. That's perfect.
Oh, it was so great.
He should have got high before. I'd be like, bro, just smoke a lot of weed.
No, it would have freaked him out even more.
He probably did. But anyway, we got back and then we went to dinner and then fucking, I missed you guys there. But Ian fucking went out. I would have loved to fucking go out and meet you guys.
Oh, man, was that Sunday night? Woo, man, I haven't been that drunk since I was like, fucking
why didn't you text any of your friends?
Well, because it kind of like we just finished up. We had a family dinner Sunday.
Yeah.
After the show. And then we just we were at, what was that restaurant we went to? Toca Madera. It's in the Aria.
Mm.
And then we just went to the lobby bar that was like right there and started drinking. And then it was just like, bro, we're going to XS. And we just fucking,
This sums up Ian's communication skills. I called him, doesn't respond, left him a 3-minute voice note. He responds with a text message.
And it's like 2 words.
Yeah. Thanks.
No, it was a paragraph. It was
He
gave me a little more than thanks, man.
For those people who don't know Ian, it's a 3-minute voice note of how much you care about him, and then he's like, "Thank you." That's all you get back.
I'll be like, "Thank you, appreciate you."
I'm like, this kid just hates me. It's all right.
Meanwhile, me
one day.
Meanwhile, me and Guy are sending each other like 4-paragraph fucking emails.
Love emails. We're so gay.
It's all right.
I appreciate you guys' messages. I'm just not the best at sending them back in too much lovey-dovey.
Oh, it's all right. We just get to at least give you more love and make fun of you for it.
Yeah, we can feel it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, but it would have been nice to be able to get together though, because I think I don't know. Everybody kind of went somewhere a little different, and Guy was sick, and then I woke up on Monday morning a little hungover, but more sick than hungover.
Man, on Monday morning, I woke up. My eyes didn't even work. Like I couldn't see. I could barely walk. We had to check out of that hotel on Monday, and we just went and stayed at the Vidara on Monday night because we had a dinner there on Monday night. And just trying to pack that room up, man, was so painful. And like we've been living in that room for 2 weeks. So like move the fuck in, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, man, I must have had, I don't know, like 30 to 40 shots of tequila and vodka.
Oh,
that's not including the mixed drinks I had at dinner, plus a couple more shots there. I must have like maybe 5 shots at dinner, plus like 2 mixed drinks. And then like 30 to 40 shots.
Probably looked fucking shredded the next morning.
Oh, I was so dry. But fuck, man, I woke up. I don't even remember leaving XS or getting back to the hotel.
I was there on Saturday night. I don't know how I didn't see you.
I was there Sunday night.
He went Sunday.
I didn't see you.
Yeah.
You went to Flex's party on Saturday night.
Yeah, I showed up at 2 a.m. with Chris Aceto and his son standing outside the door going, try to get my son in. And I'm like trying to give the guy at the door $100 to get Aceto's son in. He's not having it.
I'm going to tell you this. Next Olympia, I'm planning things differently because Saturday night, so you saw me at the booth, man. It was crazy. So we were at the booth I was up the booth open to close both days and nonstop, like photos and podcasting. And then Saturday we had to shut down the booth. So I had to pack everything up and get it shipped out to different stores and stuff and all that. So I didn't leave there till 7:30 or something like that. I didn't even go to the night show. I didn't go to finals. I was so fucking tired. Yeah. And then I couldn't go. I thought, maybe I'll get a couple hours sleep and I'll go to Flex's thing. And I'm like, but I had a photo shoot. Not that I was getting shot, but like the guys were all getting shot the next day at 8 a.m.
Sunday.
On Sunday morning at Lift Factory. So I was like, fuck, I can't do shit. But next time I'm going to move all the shoots to Monday. That way anybody wants to go out Saturday.
Yeah, I was at Access. I got home. I went to bed at 5:30. Sunday, I was up at fucking 7:30. Had to be at Flex's for 9 for the Senapani Circles meetup. Then I was there all day for the this company Uprising. And then
what's the company Uprising? What's that?
That's the company I started, the one I was telling you about.
Oh, is that what it's called? The Kratom Company?
Uprising Extracts. So then I was at Flex's all day, packed my shit, and then what did we do Monday night? Oh, then I did nothing. And then I did nothing. I woke up at 3:45, got my fucking car, and went to the airport and bounced.
Where is that picture? I can't find it. You know what picture I'm talking about with Flex at XS?
What?
I can't find. There's a picture of Flex out that night.
It's Olympia?
On Saturday night, he's at the club. There's a picture going around, and I can't find it now. I don't know if Flex had everybody delete him from it, but I can't find it. It's with a girl with the really, really huge boobs, and Flex is looking like this. He's it's fucking the
really?
It's the funniest photo I've ever fucking seen in my life, and I can't find it now. I thought it would be like in his tagged photos, but it's not there.
That's funny.
But
it's Flex looking at boobs.
No. It's just because it's not just because it's boobs. It's the whole photo is just fucking hilarious. But I'll see if I can get to it. Anyways, Iain, how are you feeling after the weekend? Are you back to normal? Are you feeling somewhat normal?
Yeah. No, I mean, look, obviously that was a mixture of frustration and disappointment, I guess. I mean, mostly I felt like overwhelmed with embarrassment at first, but that faded pretty quickly. And then I really just wanted another chomp at the bit, I just was like, fuck, we made some mistakes. I made some mistakes. And, it's then that opportunity passes by so quick, it's like come and gone, like, just like, you know what I mean? You prep for 6 months, then you fuck something up and then it's over with. And you're like, fuck, I gotta wait a whole other year to fucking get I want to show them that wasn't me,
Yeah.
So that's really what I felt like the immediate, day after was like after my kind of fucking moment of like gloom and doom. And, the night of the show after that, I was like, I moved by it pretty quick and I was really just fucking hungry to get back at it, man. Like, I just wanted to be like, this is not me. I'm going to show, I don't want to talk about it and be like, I messed up and this, and like, I just want to be about it and I'm just going to show it. And I need to show less, I think, and not set the expectation on me so high and put that pressure on myself. And I think, and yeah, I mean, just, it's just going to be just need to, revamp things, and that made me hungrier than ever, not the other way around,
Ian, can I ask a question? Because I heard it, so obviously that's something that was people were saying. One of the things that I heard, everybody was like, I heard Ian pulled all his salt.
No,
that's just something. So if I heard it, it means other people are hearing it. So I just want to know, is that something that like you guys tried and maybe just didn't work?
I don't want to sit here and like put blame or like, like I don't like fucking feeling like I'm putting the buck on it.
You're not putting blame. I literally told you what I heard, so I'm asking. So it's
To be quite frank, what happened was we had reduced my sodium by 1/3 on the Thursday, which really we don't typically do. Sodium, water for me need to be consistent variables, and they can't really dip down too much, especially for extended periods of time. We got away with it for one day with the reduced sodium. And then Friday morning, I actually woke up looking fucking awesome. And I think because usually I wake up pretty flat and build throughout the day, I woke up actually pretty fucking full. So I think that scared us a little bit. And it was like, shit, we have to not spill by 9 p.m.
Don't want to go too far. Yeah.
So then we kept the sodium backed off, brought the water down, and the meals were on the moderate side.
Were you on aldactone?
No, I don't use that. But I had taken a little diazide on the Thursday night and Friday morning. So, there was active diuretics there, plus reduction of sodium, plus reduction of water, plus, the meals weren't as big. So I kind of like, when I woke up and then maybe for the first meal or two, I started to look a little better with a little food before the sodium and water effects had kind of start to show. And then as the day went, my look just like deteriorated,
Yeah.
And I could feel I was on the flatter side, like as the day went on, and it was hard to tell until we were really, backstage and pumping up, and I could feel it just wasn't coming to life, like, and then, obviously I made some posing errors and stuff like that. That's no responsibility other than my own. I mean, we tried to change a lot of things in my posing in too short of a time. And when it got close, then I really what it was is when I came out initially, I felt like I had a bit of flatness in my chest. So I shied away from opening up with my front lat, which I should have. I should have just came out there and fucking got right into that front lat, most muscular. And I panicked away from that and went right into a side tricep,
Yeah.
And then from there, like my whole vibe was like, it was like paralysis by overanalysis,
Yeah.
I didn't remember or like just kind of froze on all like the transition we'd practiced in that short period of time. And then I was just like scrambled and anxious and clunky and, and it was just like, I really should have just stuck to what I felt comfortable with. Like my posing is not an attribute by any means, but I've won enough shows and been at the Olympia enough times with my okay posing that would have been a lot better than what I displayed. And, that was probably one of the things that gave me the most like anxiety and embarrassment after the fact. It was like, fuck, like that was such a thing I could have just controlled,
I think
like shown my best, even if it wasn't my best peak. And, like I realistically should have been a good chunk heavier. But at least I could have presented it properly,
Yeah, you looked uncomfortable on stage. And I think
I felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah. We talk about like when people say like, oh, how do you eliminate any of that awkwardness? We usually say preparation is the number one way to do it.
Yeah.
And because from the sounds of it, you tried to add new things at the very end there, you weren't fully prepared to display them.
Yeah.
No, so, and then when I came out and didn't start with like kind of that routine, routine that I kind of practiced, like with a front lat into this pot, and pose, into this pose with kind of transitions. Once I kind of like fucked with the routine, then the whole rest of it in my mind was like, well, what next? Well, what next? Oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing next.
Then your confidence goes to shit because then and that's like a big fucking thing on stage, right?
And then I was my back lat spread, I was hitting super weird, like I wasn't getting open in my back lat, and like I didn't show a single front pose, which like if you're a judge, you're like, what is this motherfucker hiding?
Yeah.
So, you know, look, I think obviously the posing had an impact, but I still had the opportunities in the lineup after that. And my physique wasn't where it needed to be. With aside from that individual presentation, it just wasn't where it needed to be placing really much better than that, you know?
Where did you end up, if you don't mind me asking?
11. So 11. Brandao was 10. I was 11. Crizzo was 12.
So who was it? It was Brandao was 10. Who was 9?
Bonac.
Bonac was 9. And then Andrew was 8, right?
And then Hunter was 7.
Hunter was 7.
And like realistically, I think
I think I could have seen you in that 7.
Yeah, that's where I think if all things had gone right, you know, my peak was good, my posing's good, I think I would have been fighting with Hunter and Andrew for that 7-8, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, whatever. I mean, like, look, I would have been happier with it than I am. But I still have felt that same feeling of like, I want more, you know, but I also have to be realistic and kind of look at the lineup and the quality of the guys. And I mean, that's just sometimes the way the cookie crumbles, you know. I mean,
those set of pictures.
But I think sometimes I sit there for a minute and like you sit there in your self wall, you know, fucking pity for a second. And I'm like, man, how the fuck do you think Ramy feels right now? I'm like, I probably feel fucking 30 times better than Ramy does right now. So, you know, at least there's some solace in like that. A lot of guys show didn't go how I think they hoped and expected. And I know even Hunter's one of them. You know, a lot of these guys really had a lot higher expectations, and it was a show. I mean, from every single class, like except for a few, things were flipped on their fucking head, man. You know? I mean,
they were.
You know, you had the bikini. I mean, fucking, you know, the bodybuilding, all these classes, like crazy shit was going on left, right, and center. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's exciting. The other thing is, for you on a personal level, like the way I think of it is, regardless of placing, when you come in and you know you could have been better, that's kind of the thing that bugs you.
Yeah, that's what bugs me. Look, obviously, you know, and I do feel good about that. Look, obviously 11th isn't what I compete for. I know I'm a better bodybuilder than that. I don't think I would have been a first call out guy here, but I think I could have been fighting in that center of the second. But even me not displaying my best and not hitting my best in terms of a peak and everything like that, you know, I still beat like Crizzo, James, Akeem, Charles,
a lot of good bodybuilders.
Antoine, you know, like there were still 20 guys behind me. I was 11th out of 31. So I mean, you know, I still did beat 2/3 of the lineup that a lot of them were at their best, you know. So look, obviously, do I feel good that I can be not my best and still beat 75% of the world's best bodybuilders at the Olympia? Yeah, sure. But it doesn't really change how you feel. You know?
Yeah. Got you. It's funny because me and Samson did a podcast earlier today. It's already up if anybody wants to watch it. But we were discussing how when you're 250 plus pounds on stage, that things can change in an instant.
Yeah.
Like the way you look, like your look can go from perfect to not perfect in like half an hour.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that and how him and Milos were battling with that throughout the 3 days, because he would look at himself 1 minute and then look at himself an hour later and feel totally different. And you're riding this roller coaster and it's never perfect all the way through. So it's interesting to hear you say that. I wonder how many other bodybuilders say that, like feel that same way about, you know, being that size. Cause you know, you see all these comparisons about the 80s and the 90s. And I'm like, okay, listen, if you're, you know, these things come up with Barry DeMay and Rich Gaspari and, you know, I have total respect for them. Obviously, I don't want to say anything disrespectful, but, and this is objective, I'm sure Rich Gaspari couldn't have weighed more than 220 on stage.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's a lot easier to peak when you're 220 pounds.
I also think, and you know what, I got to give I guess credit, or I don't know if that's the right word for it, where it's due to Abdullah, that he called exactly what I did.
Abdullah said it in my podcast. He said, you know what?
He said Ian's going to glute chase and he's going to come in flat if he needs to be full as a house. And I wasn't, and I glute chased, and exactly what he said happened.
Can I just tell you something? One sec. Guy, this is hilarious. So he referenced the photo of Ian doing that front lat spread. It was like 3 or 4 weeks out. Remember, he looked like a fucking house.
Blasting full.
He's like, if Ian shows up like that, he'll be top 3.
Yeah.
And B goes, but I don't think he will. I think he'll try and get more shredded and he'll end up too small.
Yeah.
Really?
And I was like kind of hoping that Ian would hear that and then be like, I want to show up that big.
I did. I do want to. And that's the side of me I do want to show. I know that I have as much muscle or more muscle than most of those guys. I know structurally I'm bigger than a lot of these guys. Like, look, do I have obviously some flaws in my physique? Sure. But I think everyone has some. And I think me just playing the condition card, like in my head, it's like, this is your calling card. You have to play it.
Yes.
Clearly at this Olympia, it wasn't being rewarded to that level. Like good conditioning, but they also wanted fullness. They wanted fucking everything else in a good combination. Like there was
there. Who was
some of the leanest guys? Like, look, I mean,
who was in the best condition? You were there. In your opinion, you were backstage. Who was the best conditioned guy in that show?
I was sitting 2 rows behind the judges with Jose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like the judges like
okay. Yeah. I wasn't. So tell me.
Yeah. To me, you know
Hadi,
who
but like not really. It's
no. Hadi was not the look. I never seen.
I've
Hadi.
seen Hadi in better condition because I did Vancouver 2019 with him, so I have seen him in better condition. But his overall package, this is what I'm saying, in terms of his muscularity, his fullness, his crispness, overall was a very, very, very good look. And I think if he had pulled it down 4 more pounds to be that extra bit sharp, he wouldn't have won. Derek could have edged him out.
He wouldn't have won.
So I think.
But that's something.
Who do you think when you were watching was in the best condition there?
So listen, this is something Hany is very good at. Hany is very, very good at playing that balance with people.
Yeah.
And he did it with me. I remember him saying to me specifically, he's like, he was trying to get the top of my glutes shredded. You know how you want to go all the way around with the striations. And I had all the striations except for that top third.
That inner ridge, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, look, we can keep going and get that top third, but you're going to lose your legs.
Yeah.
He's like, let's leave it where it is.
Yeah.
And it was the best I've ever looked because he knows how to walk that line between conditioned enough and full enough. And that's what he did for Derek and Hadi.
Yeah.
And he did it. And Chris fucking looked amazing. I mean,
crazy good. Yeah.
But to me, the reason I think you're right, Iain, is looking at the show, you know, somebody I think got overlooked was Charles Griffin. Charles Griffin was fucking peeled. Like he looked hard and dry, but I don't think he was in the top 15, was he?
If he was, it was like right near the bottom of it.
Tail end, I think.
And he definitely had enough muscle. Like when he was posing, I'm like, he's pretty balanced. He could have used a little bit more in the legs, but he was crisp.
Yeah.
And then in the lineup, I think Derek, out of the top 5, I think Nick probably displayed the most all-around conditioning.
Yeah, so like Derek has those crazy glutes and like
Derek from the back with
best.
Yeah. Derek from the
like
back.
There's guys with spots with really good spots, but yeah, I would agree Nick as overall was very well peaked. I think Matt did a very good job there. I think he was full, he was conditioned, but obviously didn't push it to the point where there was sacrificing any muscularity at all.
So
look, I think honestly the guy who suffered the most from pushing the conditioning was Ramy, you know? Like Ramy's glutes were fucking inside out, never like I've seen him before, but the rest of them looked obviously not nearly as good as it has before. You know,
was that condition or because condition and missing body parts or that?
But he was missing those body parts last year too.
No, 1 second. That's not true. This year there was a difference. He was definitely not as full, Iain, but his triceps looked atrophied.
Yeah.
And when the triceps in combination with the waist looking a little wider
made him look way more
and the lats being gone.
Yeah.
Definitely took away from the entire shape.
Yeah.
The triceps made a really big difference. Like his back double now, not only were the lats atrophied, but now it looked straight when he put his arms up. There was no sweep to the tricep.
One of them was way worse.
I don't know. Both triceps to me looked atrophied. The lats looked atrophied. The calves on the inside looked atrophied. It really looked like there was some issues going on. So, but what I noticed when we're talking about conditioning was Derek was the most conditioned from the back. Hadi was the most conditioned from the front. Nick had the full combination.
That's okay. That's what it looked like on TV. So
yeah, Nick was Nick was not the sharpest in either area, but he had the best combination of
pretty crazy for Nick, man. I mean, third in this Olympia, beating Brandon and fucking Ramy, 2 defending previous Olympia champions. That's pretty wild, man.
But I'll tell you something that I called, and I didn't call it, but I alluded to it because I don't want to, I always walk gingerly around my guests. But when Abdullah was on, he said Brandon's going to be the biggest he's ever been.
Yeah.
And I said to him, are you worried that he's going to be out of shape because he's trying to be too big. And he said, no, he's going to be. And that's exactly what happened. Because he was, when he walked out by himself, I'm like, Brandon's going to win this fucking show.
He looked enormous.
Yeah, he looked humongous. I'm like, he's going to kill everybody. But then when he stood in the lineup, it's like he lost the detail in his legs.
He lost it a lot from behind, I noticed.
There was a lot of detail he was missing, but he was so fucking full. He looked enormous, but it was just he lost some of the
No, I mean, I was really happy to see this Olympia. They really just judged it as you wanted it.
Does anybody think any of the judging was not the way it should have been? Or any placings you would have switched?
I think those top three could have flip-flopped legit either way.
Yeah, I mean, nothing of significance, and nothing that I obviously want to say and put anyone down. But as a whole, I think that the judging was, like there wasn't like guys that were getting treats because of who they have been or were. I think like the new crop came in. I think Hadi was the best, and I think he deserved to win. I think Nick ended up exactly where he should. I mean, you could even make a case on the Saturday for him maybe edging ahead of Derek, but Derek was really good on the Friday, so I get it. I mean, as a whole, I thought it was pretty solid judging.
1 second, Guy, you think the top three could have flip flopped?
So Nick,
take out your friendship bias.
I am. When Nick was, Derek wowed me in some poses. Nick gave me a wow factor. So I could have placed him higher. I could have placed him.
So can I just give you
Derek's front and back double are just
wild,
way better than everybody else's.
Yeah,
I'll give you my assessment real quick. So I think obviously they were rewarding shape, right?
Yes.
Derek had the best shape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nick had the most muscular physique. I think Hadi was right in the middle.
Yes.
And I think that's why they rewarded Hadi with the victory.
I agree. Yep.
And when Derek listened,
honestly, man, Nick looked really good. He fucking, even how he posed that front double now and he crunches that down even a little more than he used to. I really like how it looks.
You say Nick?
Nick, yeah.
I thought Nick's posing last year was better. Honestly,
I liked it better this year.
Really?
Yeah, that front double when he really crunched it down like extra more, I think it looked better.
Yeah, I thought this year I noticed he was displaying two shots. So when he pulled up for his front double, he would do the elongated
and then down,
and then he'd crunch it down. But I felt like when he was crunching it down, he was rolling his
leaning forward.
Yeah, he was almost
but I liked how that looked.
I think last year,
if you could have crunched, I think he would have crunched straight down.
That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing last year.
I thought his front double looked really good.
Yeah,
I think like some of his shots, like his side chest looked fucking nutty.
Side shots
that was crazy.
Yeah. Most muscular, nutty. I mean,
I think the front,
and he put together an actual fucking posing routine.
I was upset I didn't get to see that, but
yeah, he actually got down on knees and did fucking some fancy poses. And
yeah, I heard.
I think that's I think from the judges, they really like to see that you putting in that effort, and not just hitting 15 most musculars in a row.
Let me ask you this: how much do you think that front and back lat spread hurt him, and would it made a difference in the final call?
I think,
yeah. I mean, look, because for Derek, I mean that especially that back lat spread is a fucking deadly butter. So I mean, Hadi and Derek definitely edged some ground against him on those lat spreads. And their poses, obviously, I know Nick's working on, will continue to work on, but
yeah.
You make up ground where you can, in those side shots, he definitely beat Derek and Hadi in the side chest, especially.
Can I just make a few notables that I threw out the show? So me and Jose are sitting there watching everybody come out. One, Brandon's size was crazy. The biggest notable one was Derek, though. When he came out, I swear me and Jose turned into like 15-year-old fucking girls.
It's crazy because still backstage, he doesn't look that big.
Listen,
but then when I saw him on the monitor, I'm watching back there, I'm like, holy motherfuck, what is that?
Ian, he walks out and we're like, oh, he looks pretty good. He turns to the front and gets into the relax shot. No, he got into the front.
And his lats are just like boom,
and his stomach came in, and me and Jose were like, "What the fuck?" And then he pulls up for the front double, and we scream even louder. Like it was that front relaxed front double and back double are just in a league of their own right now. It's just that
his waist to lat ratio is just fucking comic book shit.
Listen, it's like he steps out and he's this big. He gets into the front relaxed and he's this big. And then he gets into the front double and he goes even bigger. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? It reminded me of the first time I saw Keon.
Yeah.
Keon has that same like illusion of like spreading out. So that was big. And then
Same like with Chris when he comes out and hit that front lat right first shot.
That same
it's
thing.
like, you know, he's like big, but like when he opens up those lats and they're like fucking like wings, you're like, whoa, you know.
When Ramy came out, when he was standing in the doorway, he just took a couple steps out.
Flexed, he looked awesome.
I thought Ramy's gonna win.
100%. Everyone backstage, we were staying there watching. And I remember me, Nick, and Derek were like, well, who's fighting for second?
Wait, when he walked in the middle?
So no,
he walked out and kind of stood there with his abs flexed. They were
I thought the same. The first initial view of him.
Yeah.
Me and Branch were sitting there, and then Branch looked at me, we were like,
yeah, it's done. But then he comes out and starts posing. You're like, wait a minute, there's a couple things missing. And then
it's weird because like he turned to the back and I saw his glutes. I'm like, wow, he's peeled. And then he hits a front double and flexed it down. His abs looked a little funky. And I'm like, wait, is this good or bad? I'm confused now.
I know.
I didn't know what to make of it.
He also, this Olympia, like I noticed a couple things. Like, so I thought Nick's posing last year was better. I thought Ramy's posing last year was better. I thought Hadi, I expected more, even though Hadi won, he was incredible. I expected more just because everybody had been talking about his conditioning so much. Because the first thing when he,
something,
yeah, go ahead.
I think Ramy's posing was worse because he was trying to hide those flaws.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But I felt like he had trouble with his stomach because he was doing the same thing. It's almost like him and Nick were doing the same thing where they were trying to show like a long waist and then a crunch down waist. And it worked for Nick. It didn't seem to work for Hany, or not Hany, for Ramy.
I mean,
yeah. So I noticed a few things there, but then the biggest surprise of the day for sure to me was when Samson stood next to Ramy.
When I saw him stand next to Ramy in that first group and like go shot for shot with him, and like a lot of the shots, you could definitely make a case for Samson. I'm like, damn, they're going to be hard pressed to not put this motherfucker in the first call out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, look, obviously he still has room to be desired for conditioning and things like this. But I mean, there's so many other things that are just so damn good with his physique. It doesn't fucking matter, you know? It's like, meh, who cares? You know, like,
well, it's like he said to me today in the podcast, I said, because, we always talk about how guys pop their glutes out, and Samson pops his glutes out instead of bringing them in. And I said to him, I'm like, didn't you want to try and show a little more detail? He's like, look, I don't have striated glutes. I don't know if I'll ever have striated glutes. But my adductors and my quads and my hamstrings all look better when I pop it out.
Yeah. No, he's doing the right thing for sure.
No, I know. So we played a clip of him and Ramy next to each other. And he's right. When you look at the back shot, it's like, okay, you give Ramy the glutes, but everything else is Samson.
Yep, 100%.
So it was.
I was texting you when it.
I know. I got your text.
I was fucking loving it, man.
His front double, his side chest, like he had some really awesome shots, And the thing is, know what he does very well for a guy that's not maybe like in that top six. Obviously, he was the least conditioned of the top six, but in certain shots, he really knows how to highlight and showcase the condition he does have. Like when he does that abs and thigh and like this, and he flexes that quad and it's all cross-straight and his fucking straight, no obliques are peeled. So like the parts that are in really good condition, he milks. And then the spots that aren't as good, like the glutes and hams, he pops them out and makes it in a different pose. So it doesn't really matter. So he's absolutely showcasing the best of it and not showcasing any of the bad things.
I thought
he did a really good job with that. His posing was excellent.
I thought him and Brandon were equal condition. I didn't think Brandon was in better shape than
I will agree with that. I think Brandon maybe has a little more like maturity in terms of like the vascularity and hardness. But in terms of actual body fat and like dryness, I think they were pretty comparable. I'd agree with you there.
I will say this: when Nick walked out, it's crazy. When he walked out, because he's so thick from head to toe, I was like, that's a Mr. Olympia. When I was like, and the way the confidence he brings with him on stage, I'm like, he just walked out. I'm like, that's a Mr. Olympia, right?
He will be. It's a matter of time. He will be.
But this brings an interesting conversation. So I said to Samson today, I said, one of the most interesting things about bodybuilding right now is I don't see a legacy bodybuilder like a Phil, Ronnie, a Dorian. Anybody, I could pick probably 5 guys off the top of my head that could have been Mr. Olympia at this show. 100%. And could potentially win next year.
And nobody would have made an argument.
No, like if you took
Samson, Nick, Derek, I mean, you can make a case for any of these guys.
Dude, when I saw Andrew come out, I've never seen Andrew in person.
Bruh, this motherfucker backstage is a whole different. Have you seen him up close, like backstage?
No, I was like,
I said, oh my God, man. this guy in person is the craziest looking thing you've ever seen. In life.
I shook his hand on the way out, but he was fully clothed. But like, I was like, what the fuck?
Man, when he's back there getting glazed up and he's standing with like the kind of dim backstage blue lighting and he's fucking all sheened up. This guy's abs are fucking longer than my dick, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking man, he is a big motherfucker and he has some crazy looking muscle for sure. You know?
Can I say though, look, for all those motherfuckers who flame me, I did call it. I said, when he gets on the Olympia stage, the conditioning from the back is going to be the story. Sure. And that was the story. Because if his conditioning from the back had matched the front, man, he would have been as high as any in the top 3.
Yeah, well, he would be up there battling with
Brandon,
with Samson and Ramy and Brandon.
Listen, when he walked out from the front, me and Jose were
crazy.
Like, what the fuck?
You need to see him. You need to see him with his shirt off or his clothes off up close, man. I mean, he makes every single guy backstage look like an amateur bodybuilder. That's including Brandon, Nick, Ramy, me, everyone.
I know.
And when he's standing there relaxed without his clothes on, he is Mr. Olympia by 50 miles.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh, there's Jose now. One sec. Yeah, it was nuts when we saw him come out, man. But I can't believe the difference between the front and the back.
Yeah.
It's like
see, like at least Samson like isn't in significantly better condition, but he's very well
all around.
Even. It's very even, and he poses around it very well, you know.
Jose, what's up?
Hey,
you got to shave.
How late am I? 40 minutes?
Go get your clippers.
What do you mean?
You lost a bet.
Oh shit!
I mean, none of you were even close with Olympia predictions.
No. But me and Jose made a side bet when we were sitting there. So go get your clippers.
But the truth is,
what did you have to shave off?
His head. Oh, the wispiness on his melon. It's got to go. What was our bet again? What did you say? What was our bet? What were we bet again?
That Andrew would place higher.
Oh, that's
Hunter.
right. I said Hunter would beat Andrew, and you said no way.
Yeah.
And I said Hunter's beating Andrew right now. And you said no.
Let's hear Ian and Guy's opinion of that.
What's the difference? That doesn't matter. The placings already came out.
Well, I just want to
don't make me lose friends over your lost bet.
Ian.
I was in the lineup. I can't say things like this, you know?
Who would you have had higher, Hunter or Andrew?
I thought Hunter looked good, dude.
No, I don't think he looked terrible, but I think Andrew.
Listen,
Andrew has better shots, undoubtedly. Andrew, and I was just saying before he came on here that backstage, Andrew is more impressive than any single bodybuilder on the face of the planet by a fucking lanyard mile. There's no difference.
Agree.
I agree.
He makes everyone backstage look like we just started working out 2 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
But I see the discrepancies in conditioning front to back and some things like that. His side poses aren't as strong as maybe as some guys. I think if you have to take it as an overall physique, I would probably still choose Hunter, even though your initial mind, when you look at it and you see it, you're like,
there's no way. 100%. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah.
But when you're actually judging it, not just off initial impression and actually pose for pose, I think Hunter deserved the placing he got. And Hunter was also a very good version of Hunter. I think this is the best condition we've seen him in. His color was impeccable.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that were improved. So even though more guys improved and maybe it pushed him down a couple spots, obviously I know he's not very happy with that placing as a whole. But there was obviously a lot of good things that you could see in progression in his physique. And I think that also needs to be rewarded when you've been there and you've shown improvement from the previous year, you know?
So Jose, you think the judges got that one wrong?
Yeah.
You think Andrew was 7th?
Yeah.
Do you think he was 6th?
Yeah.
Who was 6th?
Samson.
No.
So you would have had him right behind Samson.
I would have liked to see some good comparisons with Samson and Andrew, though.
Me too.
I think Samson. I just think Samson was too much. I honestly think Andrew.
I don't disagree, and I'm not saying that they should because Andrew beat Samson. I'm just saying when you got 2 6-foot fucking one freaky black dudes, you got to put them next to each other for the crowd,
just
man.
Because they're both black, you don't have to put them next to each other.
Black dudes.
You got 2 freaky black dudes. Put them next to each other.
Oh, they're the 2 only guys with that kind of physique.
Oh, come on! I know you're a racist. Okay, listen. They did put them together. Samson Well, because Samson was in the first call out. Then they left.
Oh, and then they redid with Hunter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They put him in the second call out, and then they realized he belongs back in the first call out.
Yes.
I think the same thing goes for Samson and Andrew that we're saying with Hunter and Andrew is from the side and from the back. Samson was better than Andrew, just as I think Hunter was too. And it's weird because when you think of it in your mind, you immediately think Andrew's better just because of his size and impressiveness. But when I was watching it with Jose, we were sitting there together watching it. When I was sitting there watching it, I'm like, all the other shots, Hunter's beating him in.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked him. It was like,
he definitely wins the front double or the abs and thighs.
All the front shots.
In the day Andrew figures it out, he goes from here to here. All he has to do is figure it out.
But I think
no matter of
side chest, the side tries, the back shots.
Even without him, if he has hamstrings and glutes, he's gonna win.
I think it's.
I think he's got to get.
I think he needs some more thickness from the front to back on those side shots, or just to pose them a little differently. But I mean, man, the guy's a fucking cartoon character. He's one of the most impressive physiques I've seen up close in my entire life.
Yeah, he's a mutant.
So
I heard people say this after Texas, and I believed them. But until you see it, you really just don't get it, man. Like,
well, me and Jose, I don't know if that was the first time you saw him, but when he walked out, that was the first time I'd seen him in person. And I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Up close, man, it's way more impressive. I'll tell you that.
Wow, man.
On stage, that's the first time I seen him on stage up close.
Yeah.
But I met him at the Arnold Classic when he turned pro.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, like you said, a cartoon.
Jose, he was like a numchuck.
Well, I was up to his belly button.
Yeah.
And
he's way taller. He's way taller than I expected and way wider.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So are you going to get your clippers now or after? What are you going to do?
I'll do it. I'm not afraid.
Yes, you are. You're a little fucking bitch.
I'll do it. I don't know how we'll get you to be able to see it, though.
What do you mean? Just go get the clippers and sit down.
The clippers and bring them over, or take.
No, just go do it in the bathroom.
No.
And then come back with a bald head.
No, I want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see your fucking face. How about this?
girl's
Wait,
gonna
hold on. Time out. Where's Laura? Hold on. Where's Laura?
I'm right here.
She's
Laura.
gonna cry.
Wait, hold on.
Head.
Hold on. Wait, I got one better.
Uh-huh.
Either the whole head or one eyebrow.
You was going to say that.
You can't touch the eyebrows.
What about I just put a slit in the eyebrow?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
No,
okay.
you're not in a fucking
Two slits.
Three.
Two
I want to
slits.
see a mock 3. I want a 3. Ha-cha-cha.
No.
Yeah, 3 slices
just
in the
one.
brow. You're good.
No, 3, because 1 looks
3.
cool. 3 looks like you're trying to be too
3.
cool.
Yeah, 3 looks
Yeah,
like
I'd
you're,
rather shave my head.
3
than put slices in
looks
my
like you're a
eyebrow.
complete douchebag. A complete douchebag.
Dude, this took like 4 months to grow.
I know. That's why it's even funnier.
It's fucking terrible.
Get rid of that fucking chia pet hair.
I'm going to Turkey soon anyway. I'm getting that shit all redone.
Jose, I want to ask you, since you're a judge too.
What?
Is there any placings that you think out of the top 10 anyways that could have been flip-flopped other than Hunter and Andrew, obviously? Is there anything else you think do you think everything was pretty accurate across the board?
I do, but the more I look at it, like I'm such a fan and I love Brandon. I consider him a friend.
Yeah.
I would almost have Samson and Ramy ahead of him. Like,
yeah. You think it was too?
I think
too
that, yeah, like, I mean, it sucks to say it. He was so big and full. His side chest was crazy.
Side shots were insane.
Yeah, but there was like literally no separation whatsoever in his quads.
Yeah.
And, that was one that I would probably have had him even lower.
I don't think the judges got it wrong, but if they put Samson in 4th, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah.
And
that's not because I'm friends with him. I think I could have seen him right behind Nick.
And to be honest, from everything I've read, because I do read a lot of this shit, nobody would have complained if Samson and Andrew swapped with Brandon and Ramy.
Yeah, you really think I really think Andrew's backside just has to come in harder.
Well, his glutes and hams do.
No, but even his
is very impressive.
I thought his entire back was very even, but just needs to be sharper compared to the front.
He has this weird ability, like the way his muscles are put together, that there's separation and detail, even though he's not peeled.
Shredded, yeah.
So
I got that.
In his structure, like I would have no problem. It wouldn't be like an awful decision if Samson and Andrew went ahead of Brandon and Ramy.
I could honestly agree with that. I don't think I disagree with that point, to be honest.
I get it.
Yeah,
they weren't that far off.
Seeing Andrew up close, man. I don't even care what he looks like in the back shots. He's so goddamn impressive in person. You can put him in fucking first for all I care, you know?
Yeah,
I think sometimes out of respect for Mr. Olympia and former Mr. Olympia, they put them in those positions. Like
I don't think they were that bad. I think Brandon was not in his best shape, but I don't think he was 6, 7, 8. I do believe he was in the 4, 5, 6 spot. And I do think, and this is no knock on Andrew. This is just talking about Brandon. I don't think he was so off that he belonged like outside.
I can agree with that.
No.
I'm excited to see next year's Olympia, the year after. I mean, now with these faces, and you know, if Brandon and Ramy, if Ramy comes back and tries to fix things, if Brandon's still there, but now you have, you know, Andrew with another year under his belt. Samson now is the 6th place guy with that fire under his belly, you know. Like, what's this Olympia going to be like next year? Fuck, you know.
A couple of things. I don't think Ramy, and I hope I'm wrong, but Ramy's issues don't seem like a peaking issue. Like the loss of the triceps and the loss of the back, the lats, the loss of the calves seem more
like I can't fix issue.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a nerve, a structure, something. I don't know what it is. But
did you hear that? I have a nerve issue in my back, and that's why my back goes bad.
Are you okay?
When did that happen? How did you do that?
Exactly.
Did you do it?
I think some people can't decipher the difference between someone that just does know how to fucking pose.
Wait, is that why you stopped deadlifting?
Exactly. Yeah.
Did it happen because you were deadlifting?
Pardon?
Did it happen because you were deadlifting?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't deadlift anymore, kids.
Can I ask a question? I don't know. If
don't bodybuild either, actually. Don't watch podcasts either.
Hey.
Did Iain discuss? Have you discussed what exactly went wrong with you?
Yeah,
we talked about it.
Yeah, if you weren't 45 and a half minutes late.
I know. I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it.
Carry on. I love
you can text me. I'll tell you everything.
Yeah. If you text him, he'll text you
2 words.
No, dude.
Hey, we had a good long conversation last night. We talked for like 40 minutes last night.
Something went wrong. Something went wrong.
Okay, wait.
Thanks for caring.
If it's technical, you get long messages. If it's emotional, you get "I love you too" or "Thank you."
Yeah, that's true. If it's about anything about
that's all that needs to be said.
If I ever end a text with "love you, bro," he's like, "You too."
Yeah.
Oh, I'll say "I love you too." I don't say.
I knew you were going to say that.
I asked him to come to my gym and work out. He didn't even answer that message. He just ignored it.
I went to bed.
No, you did not. You answered after it. You just skipped that message. You're
sorry.
Like,
he goes. Oh.
He's such an asshole.
I was looking forward to talking to Iain because I felt so bad. I had to cover the Olympia for MD with Ron Harris.
You were making fun of him when he was on stage. What are you talking about?
Fuck off. I was not. I felt bad. I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could talk to him and see what's going on. Because I followed every picture you posted, and I'm like,
oh, Iain, that's what I wanted to ask before when Jose Fouad told me to wait. The last freaky picture that Pator posted of your legs, that was like, it was like one of the
wait. Did you say Pator?
How do you say it?
You said Pator, didn't you?
Well, it's his Instagram.
That's his Instagram. It's Patrick Tor.
Patrick Tor. I would just
no, but you said Pator.
Tor.
How would you say it?
It's just Tor. It's Patrick Tor.
Yeah, but how would you say his Instagram?
Pator.
I just call him by his name. I'm just saying. It's
Patrick Tor.
Sorry, go on.
PT. Big PT.
Sorry, go on.
Was that an older picture or was that a Friday picture when you woke up crazy?
That was either Thursday morning or Friday morning, kind of before things.
Because he posted, there was a couple leg pictures posted, but he posted one that was just, I don't know if Fouad wants to pull it up, but he posted one that was just fucking wacky.
Yeah.
Wacky.
Yeah.
I asked the guys before you came on, Jose, but
Hold on, I cut Jose off. So sorry, Jose.
go on. Tell Ian what you're going to say to him before Guy cut you off.
No. I just wanted to express that, I felt terrible having to like analyze people I like, and it's never a personal thing, obviously.
Well, I didn't see it. I won't watch it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
you don't ever have a problem.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're over here. How bad did you shit on him?
No, I didn't shit on him. I did.
It seems like you're apologizing for something.
Yeah, go watch it. No, there was something with his posing routine. I said he looked nervous.
He said that too.
I talked about it at the beginning of the podcast. Yeah.
It was devastating to me, because when you first came out and you almost stumbled.
God, he really knows how to make somebody feel better, eh?
No. It's as a fan.
No, he's right.
Jose would be funny to have a GoPro on when like things like people go on stage, like Joe Rogan when he jumps up.
Yeah.
You should have seen me and Fouad.
You should,
when Derek
came out, that's what we did.
Oh my God.
When Derek came out, our reaction was like a Rogan when someone gets knocked out.
Yeah.
We were like little kids. It was fucking crazy.
Hitting each other and shit.
Because nobody in the whole show had that waist to shoulder.
Listen,
ratio.
it's so fun watching a show with somebody else that's as passionate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were having a great. He was
That
drunk,
was
though.
the best time. That's how he got sick.
Jose,
That was a super.
When was he not?
he was definitely drunk. He's like,
No, you were fine up until that point. And I kept coughing. And the next day, you're like, dude, I'm dead.
yeah, he fucking.
I'm sick.
When Jose gets drunk, something in his voice just changes a little bit. You just have to listen for it. And if you hear it, it's there. You know he's drunk. It's there. He starts.
What is it?
Something in the voice that just happens.
Am I drunk right now?
What?
Am I drunk right now?
Drunk?
Yeah.
Probably had a couple.
All right.
True or false?
Yeah. I went out to dinner with a friend of mine, went Christmas shopping.
I don't think you're drunk.
No, I'm not. And I had to fly home and I got caught in Christmas traffic.
All right, listen.
I drank and drive.
Before we get into other things, I want to ask you one more question because I asked them and you weren't on yet. Out of that top 10, or even other guys, I know everybody says that guy could be Mr. Olympia, that guy could be Mr. Olympia. Realistically, how many guys do you think at this show could be Mr. Olympia next year?
Just out of the top 10?
No. Out of all the guys that competed this weekend.
Well, I mean, obviously the top 10 is going to be, or even the top 6
yeah.
is going to be your highest probability guys.
Wait a second.
Who?
It's not obvious because in previous years you couldn't say this.
That's
Like
true.
when Phil was competing, you were like, look, next year it's going to be Phil or Kai.
Yeah. No,
When
this is wide open. This
Yeah.
is I would say Andrew, Samson, Nick,
Derek.
and Hadi.
Yeah.
And even Brandon, if he comes in shape.
If Brandon was in shape, he could have, if he could have that size with a little bit more condition,
Right.
he could have pulled ahead of everybody.
Right. I don't see Ramy because those issues are serious.
Let me ask you about Bonac. Bonac's waist looked like it was a little bit more
I
distinct
think
than normal.
Bonac.
So Bonac was
got a little
smaller all around.
Yeah.
He was flat and small, and when he's small, his waist looks thick.
You thought he was flat and small when we saw him?
I
Yeah.
thought so too.
Really?
Especially compared to when I saw him in Boston.
Okay.
He was massive. And he was next to Justin, who's not a small person.
To me, he looked as big as the Arnold, just not the same shape.
Oh no! Like when he
No.
opened up too, it was like
He looked a little on the flat side.
yeah,
Really?
Like
yeah.
Derek dwarfed
I
him.
have to say, though, out of all the people from the Olympia week that I hung out with, Bonac absolutely became my favorite bodybuilder to hang.
I love Bonac.
Why?
He's
He's
Guy
awesome.
is a
dude.
fucking gem, man.
Such a good.
I could have sat with him all
honest
day
dude.
and just shot the shit, man. He's like such a real guy, and he's fucking funny as fuck. He's just
hilarious.
like he's just
He's a lot like you, Ian, in the sense that he'll say anything.
yeah.
He does not give a fuck.
No, I really liked him, and he
Jose,
was
remember when him and Dexter got into it in Italy back?
Oh, yeah.
at the dinner.
1 minute.
And then
No, he was
remember
just like,
Louis
he opened
Marco
up, like-
went to him?
1 minute. 1 minute. Finish what you're saying, Ian.
He had some like moments where he like opened up and like said some deep shit, and we had some good conversations, because we were also chilling together backstage before the press conference. And also backstage at the Olympia, and he's just a fucking sick guy, man. I never really spent much time with him, but I really, really enjoyed my time with him for sure.
That's good to hear, because I don't think anybody knows too much about Bonac, because he kind of keeps to himself.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was fucking awesome to spend time with. I mean, especially like, he's just like good at like making you feel like relaxed,
Really?
like he's just like a chill dude. Like he just, and he always was checking on me, like, you good? Everything good? You cool? Like, you good? Even after the show, and he knew I was kind of bummed out, like, he came up, he was the first one to talk to me, and like, had like a good chat with me. He was really cool. Yeah.
I would have never ever thought that about Bonac. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
no,
good. That's
He's
nice.
a great guy.
That's
I
nice to
spent a
hear.
week with him in Trinidad. We got flown down there to guest pose, and I got to spend a lot of time with him, and he was really, really chill. Really,
I always thought he was just a kind of a quiet guy that kept to himself. I didn't know he was kind of like a caring guy that way, that took care of
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
maybe he is, but he really showed a different side that I'd never seen of him in the time I've spent with him, the little bit that was before this show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really enjoyed my time with him for sure.
What did you guys think of Rafa taking 10th?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Well deserved.
I know you thought the same thing I thought about Charles Griffin. Do you think he was overlooked?
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
I would have had Charles Griffin right behind Rafa.
Yeah.
Right in there.
That was Ian's spot.
Well, you were 11th?
I was 11. Yeah.
Way to go, Jose.
All right, Mel, maybe
shit
12.
on the guy twice. Once in an interview.
Crizzo was 12.
Why don't you get off and come back on and start over?
Yeah. Why don't you start
No,
over?
dude, I think Charles Griffin was outstanding. I thought
He was
like
good.
usually there's like a funky difference between long legs, short torso.
What place did he even end up? 15?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, somewhere up there.
I just remember we were watching the guys come out, and Charles was one of the guys who was in better condition
Than everyone.
and still had fullness. There was I did notice an imbalance between the upper and lower body though, and I think that might have been the discrepancy that held him back.
Yeah. I often my eye will go towards condition less than the imbalance if the imbalance isn't really bad.
But he's got he's got such a big back, Jose, that I thought the discrepancy was enough to hold him back from a higher place. His back arguably was one of the best in the show.
Really?
Dude, it looked like when he pulls that lat spread, it's like it just.
Did he post any pictures of it or his routine?
I haven't seen any, but I just remember thinking when he was stood there, his back was just thick and fucking wide.
Yeah.
His arms too. His
The
arms.
only thing that holds him back is he's just a little
Structurally
small and narrow in the clavicles like James is,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if he looks like that, he's going to win a bunch of shows next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I keep seeing this pop up. Is this ridiculous or what? Anybody?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
But I mean, can Rafa even make that weight?
No.
So this is just a photo bullshit that they're playing.
So
Yeah.
Raf is like 5'10" and a half, 5'11",
But he's
maybe
like-
top.
He's like 255 or something like that on stage.
Chris is 6'1" and a quarter, so I mean that scaling is not right here,
Yeah, he's probably after getting sucked down. I bet he's more like 246.
Yeah.
So isn't the cutoff 240 or something, or is it 244?
Well, no, it's 240 for Chris at 6'1" and a quarter.
Oh, okay.
So
For
Rafa
his
would
height,
have to
he'd
be
have
like
to be
fucking 214 or something,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Because what's his name is 5'10", Neil Curry, and he had to get to 215.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why? I don't know why they're playing that game.
No,
Wait, what's in this guy? I thought this is more looks like that Sebum could be in bodybuilding is what he's trying to argue.
Oh, I thought they were saying that Rafa should be in classic.
Oh, was it?
Interesting comparison. Taller classic physique definitely have weight advantage. Sebum looks like an open bodybuilder. Oh.
Should and could either one switch class? Well, the only one that could would be Chris, obviously.
Would be Chris, yeah.
Is that photoshopped, his bicep there?
Yeah, the one bicep looks Chris's looks funny. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't I don't think that's his arm.
No.
Well, what do you get? I don't know. We keep having this conversation about Chris in the open. There was something else they posted here.
He shouldn't go open. He should just win this until he feels like not winning.
Yeah, why would he ever do that? Like,
where the fuck is that?
And maybe he's the only one that could possibly get the prize money raised.
This was posted, which is extremely annoying. I just want to point this out to people. Not who is the best bodybuilder. This page is really cool, but this comparison, I just feel like they should make more accurate comparisons. First of all, this black backdrop makes a huge difference. Second of all, this photo is structured and, obviously not high detail.
Third of all, you have three of the greatest bodybuilders of all time.
No, but even saying that,
then the only one that's beating those three guys up there is Ronnie
Coleman. That's right.
Yeah.
I think all three of them beat Kevin and Flex in that shot.
Yeah.
So
it's just,
even with this shitty lighting and discrepancy, like
you see the difference the black background makes, though.
Yeah.
See how this kind of
and it's not LED lighting as well, right?
Yeah.
They should go back to that.
So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. But some of these comparisons are pretty cool. They did this one with Kevin Levrone, obviously much bigger, but
I agree with both sides. Obviously, the photography's better nowadays. The backdrop is crazy compared to back then. But there is a number of people that are coming in way too heavy.
think so, eh?
Yeah.
So you want to talk about this like Barry DeMay, Rich Gaspari controversy bullshit? But saying eras are better.
Well, explain it because I almost.
So Rich Gaspari posted a photo. I'll just show it. He posted a photo of Hadi or Dorian Yates and Hadi, I think it was.
I find this shit so fucking stupid, man.
I know, but I just feel like we should address it because I feel like I don't know why we're shitting on bodybuilders.
It is a bit disrespectful.
He posted this. This is literally the worst photo of Hadi you could possibly find.
Yeah, I mean that photo looks like dog shit.
And this is the best probably photo of Dorian Yates, and this is Dorian Yates.
And that's not what Hadi's back looks like. You know, like we all know Hadi's back is fucking peeled ass Christmas tree. Like you're picking a fucking shitty ass photo. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
And let's post a picture of Hadi's quads next to Dorian's quads.
Yeah,
Hadi's are splintered everywhere. Dorian's were just
rounded ugly.
I mean, Hadi's chest is fucking peeled out of his goddamn mind. You know,
they were making a comparison about Christmas trees and how they're saying there's an epidemic of
the lower backs. The lower backs aren't what they used to be, guys. Just the lower backs.
Oh,
everything else is peeled, but the lower backs are fat. You know, like like shut up.
I don't understand the necessity. But Jose, you were going to say something on leaning towards that side.
Well, I do. I think here's the thing. Like what they're trying to say is if Hadi was 10 pounds lighter, he would have that back looking like Dorian's. Yes. And Dorian always said he competed.
He overdieted. Yeah.
He wishes that he competed 10, 15 pounds heavier. So, yeah, we're all kind of in agreement here. But it doesn't make him a lesser bodybuilder. It doesn't make him less worthy. It doesn't make your era better.
Well, answer this, though. If Hadi was 10 pounds lighter, would he have won?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so.
No.
I do.
No.
Because he's still big.
No, Derek would have beat him if he would have played. If he would have played the condition game.
If he would have played the condition game, Derek would have still had harder.
And Nick would have
a better back, and I think he would have dropped at least 1 or 2 placings.
We even said, Jose, when we were sitting there, we said the first thing you said to me was that's not as sharp as I expected him to be because he's not the normal condition of Hadi.
He had the perfect balance, everything.
But we also said when the lineup came out that the fullness is helping him. And that's why he's winning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It did.
So I think if he didn't have that fullness and he was extra shredded, he probably would have been behind Nick.
Yeah. And that's a hell of a gamble to take.
Because that's what happened. Think about it. That's what happened to him the last 2 years.
So let me ask you a question. Who do you think was better at prejudging, Derek or Hadi? Because there was a 1 point differential between them two.
I thought
Hadi.
I thought Hadi had the best combination of everything.
Yeah.
Derek was
considerably bigger than Derek.
Yeah,
considerably bigger.
Derek not front and back double
though. Well, yeah,
he was thicker. He was thicker than Derek.
Yeah, and he has crazy stuff happening where Derek was really smooth in the upper body
through the front. Yeah,
he looked like he was flat in the chest and abs.
I just don't think he has that kind of muscle maturity through his chest yet.
No,
you know?
Well, he's 28.
It
Something
wasn't
like
just it wasn't just the chest, the quads too. Like
Really?
Hadi is very dense. Like here, let
Yeah.
me just show this picture real quick.
The midsection, Hadi's midsection is crazy.
Look at the difference here in the legs. You can see the sharpness. Like it's just the density of this quad and this quad is very different. Like Derek's on his way there, but I think like Iain said, he's just too young still to have this kind of density.
Yeah.
Derek might even be bigger. Like if you look at that picture.
No,
I don't know if he's closer.
No. I think Jose, I remember sitting there, man. Hadi was thicker.
What other shots are there here?
He was. I'm just saying in that picture, it's crazy. Yeah, look at that.
Look at Derek's fucking glutes and hams, though, man. Like,
Yeah, he's peeled.
They were crazy.
Yeah.
Lats, his fucking whole back shots are just cartoonish. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it makes a case for Derek from the back, but I think
he wins both those back shots in my opinion.
Hadi beat him from the side and from the front.
Derek wins that shot.
You think Derek wins a shot?
His lat to waist is just too wild.
But I
man.
think the balance here is better, right? Where you see the legs kind of give away something.
I don't know. I really like how that
Do you
flows.
think Derek needs to pose his legs that wide?
1 second, just Jose, let me know what you think. So I see in this shot, I see Derek more impressive in the top, but as far as full balance.
So this is why you don't judge by pictures, because I was there, you were there, and Hadi won 99% of the poses.
Yeah.
But in this picture, Derek's winning.
I don't think so.
I still had in person Derek winning the front and back double.
Yeah, I think the balance that Hadi's displaying here is better than what Derek is displaying. I think upper body wise, Derek is better.
I think maybe you could say it's more balanced, but that doesn't mean I find it more impressive.
Well, wait a minute. Impressive is a different term. Like if you're saying this is more impressive, I agree with you. But if you're saying in bodybuilding criteria, I say, well, this is a more balanced physique. So this is who I would give the win to. Right. So it's like, if we're talking about preference, of course.
I think on this, like I'm judging more like the lat flare, the waist, the X frame, and I just like Derek's look a little better on this, but they're both excellent. I mean,
when I look at it, I see an evenness in Hadi's physique and a density to the muscle that Derek doesn't have.
I agree.
Yeah.
You would say Derek's wider.
Derek's wider for sure. But I think that's almost hurting him because his quads aren't big enough for this frame. I think
it still looks good. I don't look at his quads.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, don't listen. We're splitting hairs here. We're talking about the first and second bodybuilder in the world. I'm in no way, shape, or form saying this is bad. I'm just trying to make a case for why the judges may have picked Hadi over Derek.
Yeah.
It was density and detail.
But I would definitely give the back shots to Derek for sure.
Yeah.
The back lat's a toss up, but I mean, the back double definitely Derek.
Yeah.
Look at that most muscular though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Look at the abs.
This is what wins it for him, man.
He's fucking etched.
Yeah. He knows it too. Look at his face. It's like, I got it, bitch.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was a good show, man. You know,
I loved it.
It's really exciting when you have that many people.
Who had the closest in terms of the predictions? Because obviously no one was even close, but who was the closest?
Me.
What?
He says. Me.
Jose, you fucking don't even know what your predictions were.
Let's see.
No, I was wrong because I picked Ramy. I had Ramy, Bonak, Hadi.
Jose, Ramy, Bonak,
Hadi,
Brandon.
You're wrong. You're wrong right away. So we need someone that has Derek, Nick, and Hadi all within the top 5 or top 4.
I had Nick in 4th.
Okay. What do you have, Derek?
Paul has Hadi in 3rd.
What about
Fouad had Derek 10th.
Here, let's take I'll show you guys. I didn't want to show you guys, but I'll show you guys.
No, you just say who's the closest.
No, I'll just show you guys. Here we go. So
I'm the closest.
Ben's out. He had Hunter winning. Delete.
Yeah, you can delete mine too.
Iain.
There we go.
Jose, Ramy, Bonak, Brandon, all wrong. Hadi wrong.
Nope.
Nick wrong. Iain wrong.
Hunter,
you got 7th. Right. He's got one right.
Yeah.
Derek 8th. Samson 9th. And you had all these wrong except for Hunter. I had
let's see who gets
Brandon, Ramy, Bonak, all wrong. Nick 4th, Hadi 5th, Iain 6th, Derek 7th. I had them all fucking wrong.
Everyone wrong.
I had the closest one in a dark horse though. I had Raphael as my dark horse for 10th.
So did I.
Paul, no, you didn't. You had James and Justin.
Well,
Oh no, you had Raphael and James. I'm sorry. So you had Ramy, Brandon, Nick in third. Oh fuck, you got one right. Hadi fourth, Bonac fifth, Iain sixth, Derek seventh, Hunter eighth.
I still think Guy's actually the closest there.
Guy is the closest.
No,
You got
I
Nick
got
in
one
third.
right too, though.
Yeah, but Guys is
got a
closer
better
to-
one right.
Guys is a more.
Roman got Nick in third as well.
What do you mean? We both got one right. How is
Yeah,
he
but
more right?
his is third and yours is seventh. That means his point placing is higher.
Yeah,
No
but
one
we
had
both got
Derek in the
one
top
right.
4. Eh?
You know what's funny? I originally had Derek fourth and I fucking changed it. Abdullah, what did Abdullah have? Brandon, Bonac, Ramy, Nick in fourth, Hadi fifth, Iain, Andrew seventh. Nope, he had eighth. Hunter eighth, Akeem, Crizzo. That was a shit show.
Believe him.
Abdullah, you
Believe
got
him.
this all fucking fucked up.
I mean,
dude.
literally, no one was even remotely.
Abdullah, trust me.
These are all so far off we can't even use them. You know.
Who had Raphael? Brandon had Raphael
Brandon.
fifth. Crizzo. Brandon's the worst one.
And Brandon, shave everything. Every ounce of hair you have.
Milos, Ramy, Hadi, Bonac, Samson, Brandon. This is pretty close.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah,
I think Milos is the closest.
I think Milos is the closest.
Oh no, but he had Nick down here in fucking eighth.
Still, the rest of them are the closest.
He had Iain in 10th. Iain was 11th, so that's pretty close too.
Jan.
Jan.
Yeah. Yeah, Milos, I think if we did it by points, I think Milos is the closest.
Yep, I agree.
Brewers, Ramy, Brandon, Bonac, Hadi, Hunter, Nick, Samson.
No.
Bye. You.
Roman, Ramy, Brandon,
You
Nick
got
in
Nick
third.
right.
Oh, you got Nick right.
And then he has
Hadi's-
Hadi there, Hunter 5th.
And
Yeah,
fucked
it
up the
gets
rest.
touch and go when you get the rest. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. Justin, Ramy, Nick, Brandon, Hadi.
No.
Oh, he's got 2 in the top 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Hunter, Bonac, Iain, Andrew 8th. Ah, he's got another one. That's 3. Derek Sampson. I don't know. This could be the winner.
Yeah. Those are close.
But they're not in the right order.
Yeah,
So
but if we did them
him
by
and Milos. No one's gonna have even close to the right orders. You kind of got to take what you get.
James, Brandon, Ramy, Bonac, Hadi, Samson, Nick.
Bye.
Samson was 5th, or Samson was 6th, so that's pretty close.
He got
Hunter.
And he got Hunter. I couldn't leave
Derek's way too low. I'm pretty close.
that. Yeah, he's pretty close. So James got a few close ones. Where'd Paul have? Ramy? Originally, Paul had Hadi winning, and when we and then we decided to bet, and he changed it.
You're so easy influence.
Ramy, Brandon, Hadi, Bonac, Nick. He's got 2 of the top 6.
It's me and Bonac fucking it up for everybody here.
Yeah, you and Bonac fucked everything up.
Fuck. Sorry, guys.
Derek,
Thanks, Ian.
yeah.
Next time.
All right. So we all fucked it up. I think Guy, Justin, Milos are probably the. Actually, Guy only had 1. I think Justin and Milos are probably the
Yeah,
closest.
delete all the others and keep those 2, and then you got to calculate that somehow.
Wait, don't go fucking deleting shit yet. Relax. You want to just delete all the evidence. See that? Delete the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So is that it for the Olympia? Are we moving on with life now?
Yep.
All right.
Take
What'd you
some
do?
questions.
Questions? What'd you do Sunday night, Jose?
I went out with Lee.
Oh God, I
How
saw.
was that?
Oh my God.
He got a
That was
tattoo
crazy.
with a
What's
flip
it
flop
like?
on his-
What's it like hanging out with Lee?
He's
Probably
a riot.
insane.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's a party animal.
Really, eh?
Yeah, he says he doesn't drink, but he drank gallons. He was so smashed. We
I
had
love
so
it.
much fun.
What did you guys do?
Lee, Chris Tuttle. We walked around the city, around the strip.
Did Chris get drunk too?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
And then we went out to dinner. We went to Outback, of all places, and we started there. And then we went to the M&M shop. Lee's like a little kid. He wanted to go buy candy. He wanted to take every picture in the picture booths. And then there was this rotating picture thing you stand on. He wanted to take pictures on that. So we must have spent a few $100 on taking photos and eating candy.
I saw that circle thing. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I
Guys
saw
dancing
that.
like this.
Is that on your
Yeah.
page? Is that on your page?
It's on the circles.
I know, but is it on any of your pages? I want to show her. It's fucking. I was dying laughing when I saw that. You guys are all making fucking.
Jose, are you okay?
Yeah, why?
You have the fucking video?
Do I have the video?
Oh my God.
What video?
No, there's one on Laura's page.
Show it.
She has it posted on her Laura.
I'm private.
Oh, she's private. Fuck off. It's on Tuttle's page, I think.
Here, but you can open it on.
Chris Tuttle.
Here, I'll make my page public just for this.
Okay. Oh, what's that from? That's Lee. Look at Chris's face. Look at Lee's still holding his drink.
Where is that circle thing?
Here we are, McDonald's in Vegas.
I gotta find that fucking thing. I died laughing when I fucking saw that. It's probably gone now. All right.
Wait, go to Lee's page. Oh, that was.
This is Lee's page.
Go to Laura's page. She just made it public.
What's the last name?
ALESSI. There you go. The second one down.
Let me follow Laura.
It's the first one. The funniest. The faces he was making and shit.
Chris is the best because he's so fucking like normal that you see him like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
His faces were hilarious.
That's so great. Is that the circle thing gone now?
Does
anybody have it on their page?
Hold on. Let's see if I can find it.
Let me see. It might still be on my story.
I'm probably blowing it up too much. It's not even.
No, it's not. Because it's already been a few days.
Yeah.
I put it on my story.
I should have got new questions for this because people got. Oh, I got a question for you guys. The Arnold.
What
do you guys think? Yeah, the Arnold. We got Samson doing it. I think Nick's doing it.
No, Nick's not doing it.
No.
Oh, Nick decided he's not doing it.
I think he's just going on to a story. I think he said today he wasn't doing it.
Oh, okay. Because I thought he was. I thought that was his plan. He wanted to do it with Arnold.
No, I think he's not doing this one.
Oh, fuck. Does that mean Samson's going to win?
Well, it depends who else does it. But I mean, right now, there's only 5 those on the planet that could technically beat him. So
I know, that's what I'm saying. And I can't see Hadi or Ramy doing it. And I don't know if Brandon's going to do it again. That leaves.
All right, go to my page now, Fouad. You can see him in my story.
Brandon, maybe. Who froze?
Okay.
This is hilarious.
That's
Look at Tuttle's face.
I know.
Watch what he does.
What was this?
Watch his face.
Why can't you see it?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay. What the fuck? What is this, like a carousel you guys are on?
No, the
I've been on
camera
one of these
goes
things.
around.
It's like
us.
a thing that spins with like a camera on like a thing around it.
Jose, you look confused.
I was afraid I was gonna fall off.
You guys look like you had the best fucking time that night, man.
Oh, we did.
What time did you guys get done fucking partying it up?
I have no idea. Like
Midnight.
yeah, Lee came back to our room.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then what?
We tied our dicks to a coffee table.
He seems to like doing that.
Yeah.
Slamming it into the door.
What did you say to me?
The door.
What did you say to me at we were sitting watching the show? You said
What
something.
did I say?
You said something about Lee talking about guys too much.
Yeah, he showed me his dick too much.
Wait, what?
Huh?
What?
Oh yeah, no, he was we were in the gym and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go out. And he's like, yeah, well, if we go out too crazy, I'll end up in the back of a cruiser. He's like, and then he just had his phone already ready on the picture and he's like, yeah, look at this. And I'm like, you already showed me that. What are you doing? And you put it on the circles. I don't need to see that again.
Oh God.
And then I think he pulled it out at dinner.
What?
Yeah, he had a bunch of pictures.
At the tattoo shop.
Yeah, at the tattoo shop.
Wait, he pulled out his phone or his actual dick?
No, his phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't say he pulled it out and wanted to assume his
No,
phone.
he pulled out his
says
phone
that.
with a picture of
You
his dick
idiot.
with a he had done like Cavaject. He injected it.
And he had to get it cut out.
Yeah, and it wouldn't go away. So he had some really gnarly pictures of it. And he got a tattoo that night.
What?
Of yes, a
Fit
Fit
Club.
Club.
Oh, I saw that. Wasn't something pink?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a gym logo, Fit Club Las Vegas, because they had a giant picture of him on the wall. And now he's a lifetime member with the tattoo.
Oh, really? Because he wasn't a lifetime member with the fucking mural on the wall?
Yeah, well, he wanted to do it to show his commitment because he didn't have one.
He's a loyal fucking dude. That's why. But
That's fucking funny, man. Yeah, that would have been a good night.
so wait, who lost our bet?
The tattoo bet?
Yeah. I
Mm,
think it's Paul.
I think it's Paul. I think Paul's got to get a tattoo.
He's gonna say where the bet was off.
Paul ain't getting a tattoo.
What did we say it was? Our initials? He's got to get FAGC or GCFA
No, we're just RBP or Bro Chat
or Quadro.
or Quadro.
Did you
Yeah.
did you ever see the press conference back where Andrew Jack gave you a little shout out?
I shook his hand after.
What do you say?
Andrew
Well, he was just doing it to like hype the
I
show
know.
up and stuff. He was
What do you say?
He said something about me and Ian.
Well, when I
running
came
our
out
mouth.
at the press conference and Bob was asking me some questions, and then Andrew grabs the mic. He's like, "I just want to say, Fouad, Ian and his friend Fouad, are you out there, Fouad? Blah blah blah, saying stuff about us, like commenting on his
physique.
condition in the other two shows.
I saw him come out because I was waiting for Samson to come out from the back. And then Andrew came out first. So I walked over to him and I shook his hand. I'm like, hey, thanks for mentioning the podcast during the press conference. And he goes, you're welcome. And I just
You're welcome. No, he's actually a really cool dude.
I heard he's really nice. I don't
Yeah, he's
and
super.
I even told George because I met, George came into the podcast booth on Saturday and I saw him Friday night. I said to George, I said, look, tell your boy, I have no fucking problem with him. We're just critiquing shows. Like, I think he's an amazing bodybuilder.
Well, I got to say this too. And this is one thing that, obviously, look, from my own standards, I certainly shit the bed at this Olympia. And I have a lot of people on my Instagram being like, oh, you better shut your mouth, blah, 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 saying stuff about these guys. And then Andrew and all them, they all beat you. And I'm like, I can critique a guy's physique that is better than me.
Yeah.
Like I can sit here and critique Ramy or Brandon or Nick or any of these guys. And I don't need to just say things about how fucking glamorous and glorious they are and how they're so much better than me. I can sit here and have a conversation and be objective of my opinion, completely my opinion. Do you agree with it or not is up to you. That you can have your own opinion of whatever the fuck you feel like. And that is the glory of this world, but just because someone may do better than me doesn't mean that I have less of a entitlement to say my opinion. And it's not going to stop me ever from doing it going forward. Just because someone like Andrew or Raphael or whoever, guys that, whatever beat me, if they go do another show and they show up at something and I think there's something to be critical about, I'm not going to shy away from it because they beat me once. It's
that's how I make my living. Like,
yeah, but I'm also still an active pro bodybuilder. You're not. So it's
but sometimes people look at us because we're retired and think we don't know what we're talking about because we don't compete.
No, I mean,
the thing
and when Andrew said this in the thing, he said, blah, 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 like you say these things. I'm like, look, man, I go on a podcast and I give my opinion and you don't have to like it. That's completely up to you, but I'm just giving my opinion like everybody fucking else. Just because someone else is not, want to say it or have the courage to say it or whatever your reason is for not giving your own opinion is your own reason.
Yeah. I'm
choosing to give mine. You don't have to like it, but you have to respect the fact that I am entitled to say my fucking opinion,
Yeah.
And you're usually right.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, I'm whether I'm right or wrong is actually completely irrelevant in this conversation. I mean, I could have sat there and said that I was going to win the Olympia and Ramy was going to be fucking 17th and Nick wasn't going to place in the top 10 because he was going to be fat and fucking Derek is going to be tiny. I could have said whatever the fuck I felt like. They're just my opinion, and it really doesn't matter,
All right, I want to ask you a question. Yes. About the live stream. Did you hear that Kamali and was it Phil thought that Ramy was winning and that they just put him off to the side?
Dude, a lot of people did, bro. A lot of people did.
I thought that was just Nick's strength and power. That's what Phil thought.
I didn't hear it, but I heard that it was Phil, Kamali, and John Hansen.
I
They
mean,
all thought Ramy was winning.
I'm going to tell you something.
Handily.
Ramy on the TV looked a lot better. The TV did him justice.
look, it's possible. They've done stuff like that before. I just sitting behind the judges, I didn't think that was the case.
Yeah, it's also I can understand when you have someone that is the two-time champion and he's pushed to the outside, your mind might not go to wow, he's coming fifth. It might go, wow, he's winning again. They put him out there for a reason.
Yeah.
So I
Especially
understand the initial instinct of that.
Yeah.
But as the show went on and they kept him out there and kept comparing guys alongside him as well as in the center, it was pretty fucking evident that they had Derek and Hadi as 1 and 2 and Nick and Brandon 3 and 4, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I could see a reason for thinking that. I didn't think it sitting there. I was like, there's
No way.
yeah, I was prepared to be wrong. Like I gave my breakdown to the prejudging the next day, and I thought, you know, Hadi was first, Derek was second, and then it was going to be Brandon or Nick in third. But I was fully prepared to be wrong about it because I have seen them put somebody out there and just leave him out there because he was ahead.
I mean, Weinberger put up his comments about Ramy today and said he was very, very disappointed in the package he brought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say the reason?
What did he say? Why?
Yeah.
He said his condition was bad. His legs.
I didn't think his condition was bad. I thought he was just looked different.
Well, the front thighs were not conditioned.
Oh yeah,
as much as normal for some reason. They weren't.
He said very disappointing. His legs were not what they should have been. His back wasn't what it should have been. His condition was off. His body parts were off. Honestly, it did not look like the Ramy of 2020, more like the Ramy of 2021, just even in worse condition than 2021.
Yeah.
He came down even worse than 2021.
Yeah. I think a lot of what he said is exactly what we thought. It just, I didn't think it was a condition issue. I thought it was a body part issue in a look, an overall.
I mean, I think his glutes were the tightest I'd seen him, but in a lot of other places, the condition was a little funky. But I don't agree that he was in worse condition than last year or other places. But I agree with everything else where he's saying that his quads were off, his back was off. You know, I do agree with that.
You know, Abdullah said it best. He said, I said, why do you think, and I don't know if this is offensive to anybody, but I said, why do you think, because he was saying that Chris had him in the best shape of his life.
Aceto.
And Aceto. And I said,
I agree.
I said, why do you think he won in 2020? He said, the lineup's different. He goes, there's no Dexter, there's no Roden, there's no Wolf, there's none of these guys that were standing toe to toe with him.
Yeah.
And so he goes, that's why he won in 2020. But it's funny because I saw a photo, somebody compared 2014 Ramy to 2022 Ramy.
Yeah.
And 2014 Ramy is mind blowing.
14, 15, he looked crazy.
Because the waist was even smaller.
And the arms were bigger.
The arms were bigger and the leg, and it's just, it all looked so perfect. But in that lineup, I don't know, he couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Abdullah was right about a lot of stuff. He said basically everything was going to change except for, he was wrong about Chris.
He called exactly what was going to happen with me. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was wrong about Chris, which I didn't think he was going to be right about that one. Because would you say, Iain, that is the best Chris we've seen?
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, conditioning wise, absolutely. I mean, maybe in 2020, he looked maybe a touch bigger, but the conditioning, especially in his lower half, was far superior this year. I mean, his side leg and that peak that Hany does, man, is just like absolute fucking perfection. Like all those guys have that same kind of like Hany-esque look of just like, it's not even like a dryness. It's like a hardness, like a marble slab hardness, you know?
I know.
Like everything's just pulled together. That fullness and conditioning balance is so imperfectly balanced, you know? And yeah, I mean, if you had to put the 2022 Chris against the 2020 Chris, the 2022 would certainly win for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can divulge any of this, but did Chris have any health issues along the way, or was he pretty clear all the way through?
Good, healthy as a horse.
That's great. That's great, man. He's honestly, I don't think anybody can beat him until he's going to carry that shit until he decides to not carry.
No, because I mean, look, Ramon looked awesome, but it wasn't even close. You know,
he just has a different.
Chris is so much bigger than Denson.
It's an intangible.
Ramon is great. The look is so different, and the flow of the physique is different, and honestly, to be completely frank, I didn't think Chris lost even one shot. I mean, even the back double, which was like usually it's like, okay, he would win the other shots and hold his ground on the back double or not like lose it too bad. Even on the back double, I think he won the back double quite handily. Like his back was wide, you know, good depth to it. His glutes and hamstrings were hands down the best up there, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Ramon had peeled in glutes, but he doesn't have nearly the hamstring ends and adductors that Chris has, you know.
I mean, this is just a totally different package.
Yeah.
And Ramon looks great.
It looks like a really good physique, but it looks young, you know.
Yeah.
Like he just has a young looking physique.
Like Derek.
His lat thickness, the chest thickness, the lat width, like it's just, you know, the detail and the density in the quads. It's not the same.
I don't even think it's just that, Ian. I think it's structurally Chris just has a different structure than the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
Ian.
Look at that side shot this year. That was just wacky, man. Look at that side leg.
I know. Look at this.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Ian, can you talk about his left bicep?
That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if something happened.
Go back to that front double.
1 second. I want to just look at this.
Yeah, I heard some people were asking or thought.
Yeah, see, like, look, Ramon's glutes are peeled, but like, look at the hamstring difference, man.
Yeah.
They're double the size, literally double.
Yeah.
You know,
and the back too. I mean, the back is.
And his glutes are dry as a bone. His back is fucking wide. Like Ramon's got some really good like if you go back there, the detail in his like lower lat insertions is really, really nice. You know, and they insert low and that Christmas tree kind of goes into a cool like U there, which looks really nice. But the width and the depth is just it looks like it's 10 years difference of training.
But this is also a matter of perfection. Like this is a posing issue as well. Chris is leaning back here.
Yeah.
And actually displaying his back a little bit better for the judges, whereas
he's crunching in his stomach a little bit and leaning back to kind of pop out those lower lats.
Whereas Ramon is standing straight up. It's actually hurting him in comparison.
Yeah.
It's showing more detail, but showing less
hiding the thickness.
Bit,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you go to this, and then you see the difference in the lat thickness here, especially. I mean,
he's 6 inches wider across the chest. You know?
Yeah, it's a structure thing.
It is.
Like no matter what.
I don't want the Brazilians to jump on me. Ramon was absolutely deserving of that second place.
He looked wild.
And he looked fucking awesome. I mean, I was seeing the pictures leading up, and I thought he looked fucking crazy good, and he lived up to that on stage. But it's just you're competing against a whole different animal here. This is a Ronnie Coleman-esque physique in this division, you know?
Yeah, none of this is a knock on Ramon. It's just actually more commentary on how good Chris is.
It's that's what it is. It's Ramon was this good, which was amazing, and he still got the fucking doors blown off him, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, look at that too. Look at the difference there, you know?
Yeah.
Chris is structurally superior by miles.
I have a question, Ian. What is this? I always see these lines here across Chris's back. Do you know what that is? Like, what's it look like up close? I always see these lines here.
Yeah, it's just like the skin, like under his
skin.
Yeah.
He's super fucking impressive, man.
Wow, he has an imperfection.
No, listen, I'm not being an asshole.
I know
it's something I always noticed. I'm just curious if.
Yeah, the one that really impressed me the most is that side chest, man. Like that is just fucking.
This side of the leg.
That's incredible.
Did you see the picture backstage of his side chest?
No, I don't know. Maybe
go to his Instagram. It's the most impressive bodybuilding picture I've seen in almost my entire career. No, I'm serious. Go to his tag photos. There, second one.
Yeah, go down.
Second one. Yeah, that first series of pictures.
Look at that.
Well, that's crazy enough, but go to the next one. Look at that.
Wow.
That was wild.
What the fuck is that, eh?
Hey?
It's like carved out of fucking marble. What the fuck?
He's even got great calves too.
I mean, that's as perfect. Like, look at this. Look at these fucking shots.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh, go back to that. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that stretch marks?
Stretch marks, yeah.
Yeah. See what I'm talking about? I knew I wasn't fucking crazy.
Oh, wow.
You have a fucking big ass back, bro.
Yeah.
What a fucking insane physique, man.
Yeah.
It's like he's just
that side chest, man, that's one of the craziest photos I've ever seen.
It's like he's just made for it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, eh?
Hey.
All you Canadians, eh?
I mean, that too. That's just crazy. But the side chest is just bonkers, man.
Huh.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, he's reached super fucking stardom, that's for sure.
I'd blow him.
Would you? You would, wouldn't you?
And that they a big upset in the bikini there too, eh?
Why? Who won the bikini?
Maureen Blake.
Maureen
Gendori.
Over
Gendori.
They got some
Oh.
drama going on.
Gendori won last year, and honestly,
Wait, who's got drama?
Aaron Banks.
She
Aaron
looked
Banks
improved.
won.
Aaron Banks won too. Yeah,
This guy's
Yeah.
a super nice guy, and I love his
Yeah.
physique.
yeah.
What happened? What's the drama in bikini? Fill me in.
So Maureen's boyfriend made a post like congratulating her,
Yeah.
and then he like thanked a coach that her actual coach didn't
Wait,
know.
start over. I already lost you.
I know what he's saying.
I know what he's
lost
saying.
you already.
She,
So
I
then,
know.
the boyfriend thanked a coach that wasn't her
Which
actual
boyfriend?
No,
But
that
he
is her
was-
actual coach, but the coach that thought he was coaching her didn't know about it.
right?
Guy's
So
so,
then,
guy's so stoned. He's like, I don't know.
so
I'm
then
not
the
gonna-
coach-
You guys just said coach 50 times.
Pay
Okay,
attention.
start over. Maureen's
Do you want me
boyfriend.
to
What's
explain this?
Maureen, the one that won?
No, let Jose explain it. Maureen
Maureen's
won.
boyfriend
Maureen
made
won.
a post,
Her
like
boyfriend made a post.
congratulating his girlfriend,
Yes.
and in the post he tagged multiple coaches, and then the one who thought that she was the only coach commented and was like, "Whoa, we didn't know anything about this," and it was pretty
Got ugly.
yeah, it
So-
was weird.
So is this girl being coached by more coaches, or is the boyfriend just not smart enough? to
So
not,
I guess
don't-
one
don't
of the
get it.
coaches got her ready, and then the last week they actually listened to this other coach because she said previously the other coach was bringing her in too flat, made her do diuretics or something, and
So
it was
why
a
not-
pretty
Why not just use the end coach the whole time?
Yeah.
exactly because I don't think they knew how to break it off with the other coach.
Oh,
It
that's
turned
brutal.
into it. Yeah, it ended up looking kind of disrespectful.
You got to be
but-
honest with your coaches. I don't know why fucking people do that. It's always the worst case scenario when you do that. Always.
Yeah, especially if you're going to make a post thanking the other person.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why would he do that?
You like Fouad and be like, listen, I'm done with you. You.
What do I-
It was, yeah. I
Done with
feel
you,
bad
now get
for
outta
everyone
here.
Involved.
Get out of here. Done with
I feel
you.
bad for Maureen because I don't think she like would have wanted her boyfriend to do that.
Yeah.
Just
Wait,
let it
Maureen's
go.
mad at her boyfriend?
No, I don't know.
Guy,
I don't think Guy needs to stop smoking weed.
He's
Guy,
out to
you-
lunch, this
guy, you
motherfucker.
don't even know what's going on, do you? You're just so lost.
Maureen's boyfriend made a post thanking a million coaches, and that one coach is like, well, I didn't fucking try to train her."
Yes. So we're saying we're feeling
No.
sorry for Maureen.
No, that's actually
I-
not. You still got it wrong after all that, guy.
Yeah, Guy, you got it wrong. Go to sleep.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
What did I,
I
get
just-
wrong?
You said
As-
I didn't train her. No, it's the other coaches that thought they were training her were confused when there was other names they were unaware of.
How easy is that?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ian.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks for speaking, Guy.
Are you still confused, guy?
No, the other coaches thought that they were coaching them. There was other coaches involved that they were unaware of.
Well, there was one main coach, which was obviously your coach, that she was then when the other coaches were tagged confused why there was others in this process they were unaware of. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just laughing at stupid Fouad.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I'd be a little agitated
I still
myself.
think guy doesn't know what happened.
No, I don't think he does.
I mean, I would be pissed as a coach if
If
at the
what?
end I found out. So if I coached somebody for 8 weeks and then found out the last 2 weeks and they listened to a fucking thing that I said and another coach fucking guided them in, yeah, I'd be pissed.
Okay.
But they're
think
still
got it,
sending
yeah.
check-ins every day.
I got it
Still
right, you
commuting
idiot.
every day.
Oh, you got it right. I
Who
said that.
said you got it
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right.
Why do you always think I'm lying when
I
I
don't think I said you
No,
got
we
it right.
said, we both said.
No,
you got it
prior
right.
to that, you thought I didn't know what I was talking about.
Well, you
Hey,
seem
Fouad.
like you didn't.
You want to talk about some more drama?
Yeah.
Wow, why you're the drama guy on this fucking podcast?
Well, you told me to do some digging, so I did some digging.
I didn't tell you to do
No,
anything.
what about what
Logan
about
Franklin?
DJ supposedly trying to distance himself from
Ramy.
Chad?
What are you?
Like-
What is this drama you're bringing? Don't bring.
Oh, the
dra-
dig,
don't
the
bring,
post.
Yeah, do you not
Listen
go
to
on
me.
Instagram?
Don't bring drama to this podcast. That's
Oh,
not
are
my
you talking about
podcast.
the
Get
post?
your opinion.
No, listen to me. If you want to do drama, there's a million other podcasts.
No,
this
they're not going
podcast.
to come after you about
I
it.
don't give a fuck if they come after me. It's not about
It's
that.
already on Instagram.
I don't care. If Dennis
Okay.
wants to talk about it, Dennis will come on this podcast and tell me what that fuck.
All right, call Dennis.
What it? but since you brought it up, now I'm interested.
Well, you can
All
read,
that fucking arguing for fucking, you're so fucking ridiculous
you
sometimes.
can read Dennis' post.
Just
Go read
give
Dennis'
into
post.
it.
Where he says, like, I honestly don't know what happened, blah, 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 you know.
Look,
He was 100% ready while he was with me, and
honestly, look, I don't know about their, honestly, I don't know about their drama. I don't do that.
no,
drama.
it's not drama. I just want your opinion.
My opinion is they're all very close. My opinion is Chad does his nutrition.
Yeah.
Dennis helps him with his posing and training.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, it went wrong. And it's usually, when things go wrong, it's usually due to nutrition or supplementation.
Yeah.
It's
So
not like,
people misreading Dennis's post and
I don't
trying
think,
to turn it into something that
look,
it's not.
this is my opinion of the three of them. They're all very stand-up people.
Yeah.
Okay. Ramy is a very nice person. He's never said anything bad about anybody. I've known Chad for over a decade. He's always been very straightforward. He's never been inappropriate or like said shit about people or said the wrong thing behind someone's back. He's always straight to your face. And Dennis is the same. I've been close with Dennis for the last few years. He doesn't need to like go on and say shady shit. If he has something to say to somebody, look, anytime,
I agree with you.
Anytime I've had any issue with Dennis that I wanted to discuss, if I try and text him about it, he'll call me immediately. Hey, what do you want? What's up? What's up? Talk to me. What's going on?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to, Dennis doesn't need to make a fucking post to throw shade at somebody. If he has a problem with fucking Chad, he'll call Chad and be like, this was your fault. You know what I mean?
This is good. This is why I
agree
asked
with you,
you the
but
question.
all that he's saying is that obviously this was a matter of contention online where people are like, what the fuck happened with Ramy? And Dennis did put out a quote speaking to it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Since
Iain is really good at explaining things here.
okay, let me go on. Guys, I hate getting into this shit, but let's see what he said.
So here's another thing.
Is this what you're talking about? Is this the post you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read it just for people on audio. Since the long weekend is over, I have time to sit down and think about the Olympia in Vegas. I can honestly say I don't know what happened, and I really don't want to speculate. What I can say is that Ramy was right on point throughout the time he was here in Arizona. I took pictures twice a day. Not once was I worried about him not being at his best. I know Ramy worked extremely hard this year, and I know the goal was to come in at his all-time best. I'm sure Ramy and his coach, Chad, will address whatever it was that maybe went not as planned. Champ, keep your head up because you've been there before and always come back stronger. Took these pictures December 11th at 8:25 a.m., empty stomach after cardio. Okay, I read that, and my initial thought is, what's the big deal? Tell me what the controversy is about. I don't read controversy when I read that.
No.
What do you see? What do people say?
No, I see him speaking his point.
No, I know, but where is the controversy in that
Oh,
post?
no. People are posting it, saying it's
We're making
controversial.
it like this is what he looked like when he left, and I don't know what happened after that.
I know, but maybe I'm slow. I don't know what the controversy is.
The implication is that he is saying it was all fine under my watchful eye. Whatever happened after that is not from me.
Yeah, but that's a fact. There's nothing.
Whether you choose to take it that way or not, I mean, maybe he looked the same in those pictures, and it's just different when you pull it together on stage. I don't know.
When I read that, I think to myself, Chad was relaying information. It's like you and your friend Jugoff. What's his name?
Julian. Yeah.
Julian. It's like you and your friend Julian. Patrick calls Julian. He says, how does Iain look? Julian explains to him, Iain looks like such and such. Patrick gives him instructions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Julian's fault if something goes wrong.
No.
It's Patrick's fault.
Yes.
So to me, this is the same thing. Dennis is helping Ramy train and pose and this kind of thing, and Chad is steering the ship.
Yep.
So if the ship hits a fucking rock, it's not Dennis's fault. Dennis is.
But nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. We're all agreeing exactly.
Oh, yeah.
No, you guys are all agreeing, but I'm saying, isn't that what the controversy is? Is somehow Dennis?
It should be that simple because it is that simple in my mind. I agree. Yes.
It is that simple. I don't. Guys,
It's Chad's responsibility to have Ramy at his best, not so much Dennis's. Dennis is
100%.
seeing and helping in a different regard than Chad is. Absolutely.
Maybe I'm just a naive person, or I'm gullible, or I'm too nice. I don't understand. But when I read that post, all I see is a guy that was a go-between between a coach and an athlete saying this is his last post from
And
me,
I don't know what happened. Yeah.
and I don't know what happened after that. I don't see him throwing Chad under the bus. Chad is steering
No.
the ship. Chad is steering the ship.
We all agree with you, but what Jose was saying is that people are speculating above and beyond that.
Yes. I know you guys agree with me. I'm
why.
saying when I'm saying this to people.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't understand why anybody would take that negatively.
I agree.
That's a very, very simple thing of saying I followed my instructions. I don't know what happened after he left my care.
Can you go back to that picture you just had up?
Sure.
What, those things on his arm?
I want to ask you a question. Yeah. So we all agreed in person his left arm was significantly smaller.
You can see it here.
Yeah, you can
and
see.
You can see those electrodes or band-aids or whatever that is.
Yeah.
On his left arm.
Yeah.
What is that?
Probably got some stem cell or PRP injection or
go through the shots. Let's look at the rest of the shots.
I wouldn't think he got any of that. I would think those are just electrostim pads.
For what? And
why would you leave them on?
Well, maybe he had an injury of some sort and they're trying to stimulate the muscle.
You would take them off. You wouldn't leave those on for pictures.
So why hasn't anyone come out and said Ramy had an injury and his left arm is atrophied?
Well, he's got them over here too, right? He's got them on both arms. So maybe there's
yeah, he does. That's the first time I noticed that.
Maybe they're stimming both triceps.
Well, didn't we agree that they were
both?
Could
be. It might not even be the tricep. He might be having like some tendonitis in his elbows or something. Look, I'm not. I'm the wrong person to ask about this shit. I'm not the first person to point at that and go, "Oh, they were doing synthol or something."
No.
I always look. No, I'm not. I know you guys aren't. I'm saying people out there immediately jump to those conclusions. When I see things like that, my initial reaction is, I think of something positive first. So it could be electrostim. He's having tendonitis.
Yeah.
Triceps aren't firing. That's why they're atrophied a little bit. Maybe they're trying to stimulate the muscle to get it full again.
You want to know something?
What?
Hany gave me an award.
For what?
He gave me the Dennis James Award.
What's that?
For looking the best before the show.
Yeah. Jim, Mr. Olympia.
That's the worst award ever to have.
Hany's like, you know what? He's like, you win the Dennis James Award this year. He's like, you looked really awesome on Thursday and Friday and not quite the same on stage.
Dennis James Award.
That's funny.
Anyway, look, going back to this, I just I don't think bodybuilding is fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Malicious or like evil as people think it is. I don't think Dennis is out to get anybody. I think he made a very normal post. That's how I read it anyway. And people put twists on things that they shouldn't.
Yeah, stop twisting shit, peoples.
Yeah, Dennis is a very good person. Like
I love Dennis.
I agree.
I see things, it's funny. I see things all the time. Dennis is riding Ramy's coattails and blah, blah, blah.
Dennis is just a fucking good dude, man.
Ramy
you don't need to do that.
Ramy loves Dennis. They're like
I mean, any one of us knows that spent time with Dennis in any small capacity. He's a fucking sick dude,
I don't know why people do this. They do the same thing to Ben.
Yeah.
Ben rode Luke's coattails, blah, blah. Like, what? They're just fucking friends. They're just fucking friends. Like, I don't know why this has to be that way. But anyway, okay. We're going to end on a shitty note because of Jose. Thanks, Jose.
You're welcome.
We end on me winning the Dennis James Award.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Actually, before we go, did you guys do anything special? Guy, did you buy anything for the Starbucks girl for Christmas?
I got all my fucking nieces and nephews' shoes.
Did you buy the Starbucks girl a Christmas gift?
No.
Are you lying?
No.
Ian, are you doing anything special for Christmas? Oh, you're going away.
No, I'm home in Ottawa for Christmas.
Are you doing anything special? You buy any special gifts?
I haven't bought a single solitary gift.
Are you going to go shopping or online it?
I was hoping to get away with doing nothing.
You think you're going to be allowed to? I thought about that.
What?
Doing nothing.
Yeah.
Not doing anything.
I don't want to do anything.
DoorDash?
Christmas dinner, Uber Eats.
I'll just make sure to give her an extra good dick in that night,
6th gear.
Yeah.
Wait, but like, can you do that without like? You cannot give a gift without asking.
Would that be enough?
Without asking? Wait, what? Your dick?
So.
No, absolutely not.
No, she's like, I get this all the time. What the fuck is this?
Like, I don't want that fucking disgusting thing.
You're gonna take a Viagra that night. It's gonna be extra fucking
extra stiff.
Oh, hold on. I feel like if you're not gonna get Jose, what are you doing?
What do you mean? I was
You were
itching
doing
my
that.
chin.
What were you
Why
gonna say?
not?
Yeah, wouldn't you have to ask permission to not give a gift?
Yeah.
Well,
we-
you kinda-
we
when
already
you're-
discussed it.
Yeah, when you're married, you kind of have to like coordinate and be like, are we doing gifts or not?
So did you or not?
Yeah,
Well,
kinda.
yeah, and not
But you
for-
always got to take that with a grain of salt, you know?
I just want to know, Fouad, are you doing gifts? Yes or no?
Do you get a card?
listen. Every year I say I'm not
No,
gonna-
Anthony. Look at him
I'm
trying-
answering.
He's trying to answer it by justifying.
No,
first.
I'm gonna
So
tell
he's
you the
gonna
truth.
justify-
Every year I say I'm not doing it, and then I end up buying her something really nice.
Where's your buyer?
Ian,
But-
do you
but
write
this
your
year-
wife a card every Christmas?
Yeah, for
No.
most occasions, I usually write a card.
You
Yeah.
write a card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
Fouad,
bitch,
do you-
you can't write a nice text back.
I'm getting more feel. I'm getting more feels in my old age, you know?
Not for us. You're not.
Well, if it was in person, maybe.
What? You would have ran away.
No, I would give you a nice warm embrace.
He would actually. That's true.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do a card this year, not a gift instead, and it's going to mean more. I'm going to write nice stuff in it.
Yeah.
Thanks for marrying me. Love Fouad.
Thanks for sticking around.
Shit. Love you.
Had a great time at the O. Signed you like he's a fan.
Listen, the worst thing about the fucking Olympia being in Vegas this close to Christmas is I'm fucking broke after that fucking week in
Dude, I
Vegas.
barely talked to you at the O.
I was
Yeah.
talking to fans nonstop.
Are you going to have a booth in
Oh.
Orlando next year?
Or yes.
Yeah.
Are you doing? Oh, you're going to do Orlando, maybe.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to do Orlando, Dallas, and Phoenix,
And the Olympia.
and the Olympia, and maybe the Arnold. I think those are the ones we're booked for currently.
Okay. Well, if you do one at Orlando Pro, maybe I'll come down and compete at that one. You know,
Yeah, we'll all be there.
When is that?
first week
May.
of July.
Is it first week of
Jose,
July?
shouldn't
No.
we end with you shaving your head real quick?
Orlando Pro is July 1st. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Dallas is first. That's what I'm thinking.
Dallas is the first one. Yeah.
Dallas is first. Jose, go get your clippers. Come on.
Yeah, hurry up. What time would you shaving your head?
It's too late. I gotta have it for Christmas, and I'll
Go
do
get
it.
your
on the
fucking
first.
clippers. You lost the
No,
bet.
no. Or you're off the podcast.
Yeah.
My girl's in the shower. I can't do it myself.
Go. Yes,
you
you can. You can fix it later.
not-
Just
you're
Well,
not
I got to go and I want to be here for this. So save it till
No,
after Christmas.
No,
Yeah, you're not making-
no.
Yeah, Ian, I agree with
No,
you.
Ian, don't fucking try and save him.
Don't make him do this for Christmas, man. You crazy?
He looks good
I
with a shaved
promise.
head.
I'll do it for the new year.
His hair
Okay.
looks beautiful right now. Let him have that for the family photos. You know?
Okay, get 3 stripes. 3 stripes in your eyebrow.
All right.
No, right
will.
now. Right now. Go get the
No.
3 stripes.
Well, I'll shave my head for the new year.
This is
You're
bullshit.
such a little fucking pussy.
Okay, love you guys.
All right, guys.
All
Merry
right, we'll see
Christmas.
you guys.
Bye.
Peace out.
Christmas.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hosstile and myself. And lastly, check out hosstile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.